right, hello everyone. Ravik Hunter, and this is Legends on Paper. Tonight we have a little bit different format, as we're hoping that this this format will kind of invite you to the table, to see the table, not just our portraits, and kind of make you feel like you're here a little bit.
Can they sit at the end?
Absolutely, sit in. That's where they need to sit. That's their perspective, and they can enjoy.
You just have a very tall torso.
Yeah, stream.
It's all neck.
Right from there with a camera on your head. But of course, tonight we have with us Matt and Camille. Then we have Postal Mike on this side of the table tonight, as Spencer is out, and Uncle Mike. So we have the two Mikes over on this side. So we'll see what kind of trouble they can get in. Last session, probably. Last session we had a special. It was a Halloween special where the characters who were hanging out in Greyhawk in between adventures went on a little bit of a day trip and found themselves dealing with terrors in a manor. Sadly, one of our player characters, Olson and Bruggy, were presumably left behind. Olson had lost his head, and Bruggy stayed behind as his faithful companion as the manor burned down, presumably with them inside. The rest of the characters returned to Greyhawk, sadly, one short, or 1.5 short, or 2 short, because Bruggy's pretty big, with a few spoils. In any case, a little bit extra gold and some magic items, some other cool stuff, and they find themselves back at the Silver Dragon Inn. And as they are settled in for another night in Greyhawk, in the morning, a man in tight-fitting breeches, low, soft boots, and a pullover smock bearing the crest of Greyhawk enters the tavern where they're breaking the fast, looks around until his eyes settle upon your group. Without hesitation, he makes his way toward you. He appears to be a city messenger. You've seen them around, and they're quite common in Greyhawk, running from one place to the other, carrying messages and notes and so forth. When Lord Henway requests the presence of your company at his estate in the Garden District as your soonest possibility. He says the manor is great and it's time sensitive.
I have a question. What heads are on your shield? Do you have the lady's head on your shield?
No, I would assume when we brought them back, we gave them to the town.
Yes, you did.
Sure. I remember vaguely you said you wanted
folk,
to staple the head to the shield. I forgot if you kept it.
Nope, we gave them to the town.
And Olson's head was left inside, if I remember, or
I think you
with
grabbed
the body,
it.
or did
He
you?
definitely grabbed it.
Olson's is the head, but it's not on my shield. It's on my shoulder, on a spike.
Okay, all right. So,
I am trying
been-
so hard not
It's
to look
been
at you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
for the
I feel
most part.
so honored.
Yeah, I do not
Well,
even look in your direction.
that answers a lot of questions.
I'm trying to eat breakfast. This thing is just looking at
You
me
want
the
it on
whole
the
time.
other side?
Kind of.
I mean, he can talk to you.
That makes it worse.
The messenger turns to go.
Earliest convenience, people.
Oh, wait. After breakfast.
You could eat.
He stops and he turns back. Would you like me to return a message to Lord Henway?
We'll be
Well,
there shortly.
Oh, okay. He puts out his hand.
He didn't pay you.
I shake his
No,
hand. I shake his hand broadly. Thank you.
It's a silver for me to return message to him.
Oh, then no.
No, he'll figure it out.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case, I'll be on my way.
All right.
Oh, but one other
You want
thing.
breakfast?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'll take
Have
the
a seat.
sausage. Thank you. No, I don't have time to stop. But I do have one other message. Let's play D&D! And then he hurries off out of the tavern. Okay. So, it's a busy morning. Are you heading out toward Henways now, or is there anything you want to do on the way?
I think we're good to go.
All right.
There, unless you all got business.
I mean, I got stuff, but it can wait.
I'll go around the side of the building and dump out the sack full of bones and rusted armor.
All right. So as you do, as you dump it out, the bones, rusted armor, weapons come flooding out. You already know this is a bag of holding.
That's also where we shoved all the gems.
Everything-
That's how we're gonna get them out.
Everything comes flooding out, and as you do so you notice that the bones begin to quickly form and take to grow.
Oh, I'm gonna quickly scoop them and throw them back in the bag.
You need to roll initiative as they are becoming humanoid figures. The bones, like within a round, start to build upon themselves from the parts here and there. And
You went out there by yourself, right?
No, we were leaving to go to
Okay,
Henway.
we all went together.
well, you said you went around the corner.
Yes. I said when we
presumably
get
by
around the
your-
corner of the building.
Oh, are you kidding? I am
Yeah.
paranoid.
So the rest of you are waiting for Polaris to come back
All right,
after
fine. Polaris yells, "No!"
presumably going to take a pee or something around the corner of the building, as these three skeletons and have formed and animated. Would you roll for initiative?
16.
Okay. All right. There are.
Should the rest
now,
of us roll, or is he alone? We
you
can
will
skip
you
around.
go ahead and roll because as he calls out, obviously there's
Yeah.
going to be one round in between.
Not a polite
There are also.
doll.
I mean, this is a busy city, and you're like right on the promenade. So going around the corner, although there may not be somebody immediately nearby, there's other people.
Yeah.
You know, within this, there's about 9 other people.
I was
that
just not
immediately
wanting to
kinda
dump it on the street.
look in your direction, and they may or may not have seen you dump the bones out, but they certainly see
Bunch
the
of
3
skeletons.
animated skeletons facing you, and you kind of squaring off with them. So, what you said, 16?
Yes.
All right. And let's see how this is going to go. I didn't actually build a map for this because I wasn't sure when the hell you would ever dump those bones out.
Me neither.
We could do theater of the mind for
Exactly.
this part.
That's what we're going to do. So you beat all of them. All right.
Great.
So you have the initiative. Did you guys roll?
Yep.
It'll be on the next round that you guys come in. So you can go ahead and make an attack against them. You see other people. There's an armored figure. There's a. Well, we'll see who comes to your aid or not.
Okay. I'm not making an attack. I am casting protection from good and evil on myself and yelling,
Okay.
"Oh, doll!"
All right. So that is going to give them a minus 1d4 on attacks, right?
That's Bane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they have to make a save to be able.
Do they have to make savers? Or is it just a d4
That was
like
Sanctuary,
Bane?
I think.
Oh, you're right. It's not protection good and evil as well.
I don't know.
No, I need to
Maybe
get
just
paladin
prison.
parts.
There's a lot of stuff I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it was like a 1d4.
Okay. They have disadvantage on attack.
I think it's
I can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Okay.
And
All
I
right,
last
so
for 10 minutes.
All right, so disadvantage. That's good news for you. Because they made some high rolls. Ooh, yeah. Their new rolls are quite suckier.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so a 7, 13, and a 16.
I duck and dodge.
Okay, all right, so shoop, 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 as they miss. At this point, what's everybody else's initiative?
15.
12.
12, okay. And
He's not there. He's dead.
oh yeah, you're not there. But Tubbs is,
Oh, sure.
presumably.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
And
we
the
want
rest
to
of
Oh, and so is
Renee.
Fellows.
Yeah.
Anybody that rolls initiative above below a 10,
Tubbs got a 21.
okay.
Fellows got a 10.
Renee got a sexy 6.
And Wob got a 19.
Okay. All right. So Renee's gonna be last. All right. Okay. So if you rolled over 20, you go first. As you come rolling around, as they come rolling around the corner to see what's going on, there's also a couple of nearby folk that seem to be concerned about these animated creatures as well.
I would think they should.
Tubbs will decapitate.
One is rushing
There's
forward, he's
also-
armored. Another one is holding back, and you see him extending his arm, but they're not in the initiative round yet. So who? Go ahead
Tubbs
and
got
make your
21,
attack.
yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll if you roll initiative of 20.
Is that cocked?
If you're attacking.
Is that cocked?
No, that's pretty firm.
Is it? All right. No, that's 8.
Okay, so you miss. Tubbs misses. Anybody over 15?
Wob was 19.
Okay, go ahead, Wob.
Wob comes out. Says, "What the hell did you do, Polaris?" Pulls his short sword and attacks the closest skeleton.
Okay,
12.
12 misses.
Okay, then how about the 16?
16 does hit, so you connect with the second one.
Yay. 6 points.
Okay. It's still up, but a couple of the bones fractured and shattered, but it's still animated enough to stay on its feet. Anybody else over 15?
15 exactly.
Okay.
But Mike's going first.
I forget what I rolled.
You got a 16.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did. Yeah.
But I cast my spell. That was my action.
No, that was it.
Surprise round.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was my
well,
surprise
that's the
round.
round before you guys arrived.
Oh,
so now
good.
you're.
All right. I'm going to swing my battle axe that is so far undented or dirtied by combat this game. That natural 1 means it is still a very clean
That's
and undented battle axe.
amazing.
Wow.
Unless Wob is right there in the battle.
Where's your D30?
Wow, there's a D30 over there.
Is there?
Right there.
Come on, 1. 14.
No, you gotta get the one that brings you to the bottom of initiative
Yeah.
order.
I think that'd be 14.
We get all the time.
No, that's what Olsen should have. Or that's gonna be your first D30.
Oh, I swear to God.
Sorry, would you roll a 13?
14.
I will kill
14.
this
What's,
character.
what's the
Battle axe.
battle axe? Okay. Okay, 14. So you stumble into
Wob?
the skeleton
30
that he's attacking. Go ahead and make a dex save.
I'm not good at that one though. That would be a natural 1.
Wow, another natural one. Okay, so
The fates have
so you
decreed.
stumble into it, this skeleton, and it kind of just pushes you off. You don't go prone or anything, but it's going to have an advantage
All right.
if it attacks you. Okay,
So
anybody?
would that make it an even attack?
because
he's already
yeah.
got this
No,
at-
no, that was Wob though, right? Is
No, Polaris has protection from
Right.
good and evil on him.
right? Is
So
he the
they're
one?
all at disad.
He's the one attacking. Polaris.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, but so it's not just against him; it's an area effect,
No, it's just against him.
right? But that was Polaris that attacked.
Yes.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was Wob. Okay, forget it. So yes, if they attack Polaris, it'll be a straight roll.
Gotcha.
Okay, anybody over 10?
12.
15.
12, okay, good. With the 15, then the 12.
Cool. So, talk around there. So, like, what I normally do, throw a card at the one that seems to. I
one
look
biting
around
my
the corner.
face.
I see you try to swing an axe for the first time, trip, stumble, and get face first into the sky. And I'm gonna try and decapitate the one that's fucking you up.
I'll have you
Okay.
know, I've swung this axe plenty of times.
I've never seen it.
Now, is that a cold strike?
No, it's a strike as in I'm trying to use
All
get
right.
sneak attack on it. I'm not
The
gonna.
burn was a called strike.
Yeah, it was. No, you've
If you
seen
roll
me
that
swing it,
20.
you've just never seen it
Okay.
hit.
You know what? Fine. I'll take sharpshooter. I'll get a -5 to the roll.
Okay, so you're trying to decapitate it.
That is a 14.
14 hits.
Awesome. So that is.
Strike it in the neck. Let's see what
Yep.
happens.
14 plus 8 is. God, I can do math. 22.
Wow, yes. So your card goes through the vertebrae, and you watch as his head just kind of just stumble. It looks familiar. Like you've seen this before. Heads just falling off of bodies.
And I take my bonus action to have a dramatic response.
And for a moment, you have a little PSD thinking about Olsen. And so he's down. One skeleton just
Cool. And
went
then
down.
I go back around the corner and I'm like, skeletons. Again.
And you see that the crowd is kind of formed at each end of the alleyway. An armored man rushing to help, and another robed figure. The robed figure is pointing before your attack, points at the skeleton that was attacking Polaris. You watch as 3 bolts go out, hit it, and immediately the force just breaks the skeleton apart and it collapses. So there's one left.
Oh, we can do.
I am charging towards the one left. Leave it to Polaris to find only 3 skeletons and all Greyhawks. 14.
14 hits.
6 points of slashing damage.
Okay, all right. So you slash at it, doing a little bit of damage. It's still up.
All right. And Fellows had a 10.
Okay, Fellows misses with his dagger.
Fellows hasn't taken
That's
a turn.
his initiative.
Oh, it's initiative. Okay. Anybody else got lower than 10?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you got
Renee.
6. Okay, so go ahead with the 10, and then it's going to be the skeleton, and then Renee, and then the charging armored man.
Don't worry, friends. Fellows is here for his fellows.
There you go.
That'll be 20 to hit
Yeah, it hits.
with his firebolts for 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, so wow, doing a little bit of damage on this guy. He's not weirdly not vulnerable to fire. Used to be, but not anymore, I guess, in 5e. But so he kind of scorches up a bit. The flame just kind of eventually go out. He's still up, but he's just kind of staggering, just barely staying animated. Renee.
So remind me, there's one that's up but fucked up, and then
There's only one.
There's only one
Oh,
left.
there's
skeleton
one
up.
left?
Yeah,
Cool.
he's like really fucked up.
So then Renee is going to charge this one that's fucked up
Uh-huh.
and going to take her short sword and make a weapon attack.
All right.
I'll use my old fucked up d20 for this. And she misses, but she gets 2 attacks, so
Yeah.
she's gonna try
All
again.
right.
And as she gets a 21, she's going to turn
Nice.
and wink at Tubbs.
Wow.
Dealing,
A lot of
uh,
free action stuff going on there.
using bonus action since there's you're not using bonus action, using sneak attack since there's another person engaged with
Yeah.
it.
Several people.
Yep. Oh, and she actually, I forget that she rolls weapon damage, unlike me.
Yeah, she's using a weapon.
Yeah, she's using a weapon. That is 13 plus
Well enough.
2, yeah.
As you just slash through it and the bones crumble, reanimate, and no longer animated. The charging armored figure immediately stops, like right there, about to strike at it as you destroy the thing, and it just. Oh. Well, that was interesting. And he just turns and walks away. The robed figure just like shrugs, moves on. And it's like everything just stopped for a second in that alleyway in Greyhawk, and then everybody just goes about their business again.
The NPCs reset. It's like,
Like, this is weird, but this is Greyhawk. Shit like this happens, you know?
I'm gonna look carefully into the bag.
I was an adventurer like
You dumped all the,
like,
you dumped
took
everything.
care of it.
And so it's pretty much empty. So if there's any gems or whatever that you have to,
Alright.
you know, like you can do so.
I'll pick the gems up and put them back in.
I am
you
going
want
to
to give
help.
us an explanation where those came from? The full-grown skeletal men were inside the bag.
You didn't notice it when
I
we
came
stopped?
around. I came around
No.
here and they climbed out of the bag and tried to attack us. That's why I brought them over here so they wouldn't get you.
They didn't.
Well, I appreciate the foresight, but make sure you let us know first.
None of that happened.
Oh,
You know, they didn't crawl
I
out when we were
dumped
shoving
the
it in.
bag out and the bones moved together and stood up.
all right. You got to stop spinning so many tales because it's getting
If you
convoluted.
if you tell the truth right after, it's not a lie.
I believe him.
Why?
He's a paladin. Why wouldn't you?
We grew up together. I don't have a better reason than that. He wouldn't steer me wrong. God, I'm playing yours again.
Yeah. Well, we miss yours.
We do.
He's all right.
So on your way then back on your route to
The
the
headways.
Lord Henway.
Yeah.
So you stride up Wharf Road. I'll bring up the map and we can remind yourselves where you're going here.
Oh yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
Is there a little "you are here" dot?
So F1 on the map, which is right there on the processional,
Yep.
you guys would have been over here, kind of in this alleyway,
Okay.
and you strike out on the processional. There's a lot of folk that are moving north and south and going down the tertiary roads and so far. Going through the gate again, you find your way through High Market and up to Wharf Road, which is the southern edge of the High Quarter. You wander past a long fenced field where the scattering of goats, sheep, and cattle graze peacefully alongside other curious beasts you're unfamiliar with. Beyond the field, you again see that great conical building that dominates the landscape. Bring that little bit further forward, so you can see that. That would be H2C on the map. And this is the aviary. And you can hear that squatch and screech and hoot of a multitude of birds and other unusual creatures. You can't really see clearly what's inside because it's kind of like obscured with vines and trees and bushes inside and outside. But it just kind of gives you a just a treat of what might be inside. And as you get closer, it gets louder with each step. Turning up Henway Drive, you see the Menagerie right there next to the aviary on the right. This massive building it's apparently suffered an endless construction of architectural uncertainty, as every part of it has been designed with a different theme. And so from a desert palace to mountain villa to spacious tropical bungalow, to sharp curves and pointed gables that are exotic and foreign to the eye. A short line of people eagerly awaits, even this early in the morning, to pay their entry fee to stand along the northwestern wall of the structure, where a pair of high iron banded double doors form basically an entry, kind of like the Jurassic Park, type entry into the courtyard beyond, and of course the building where you'd have access to the menagerie and the aviary. There are carriages, wagons, and horses that are lined up, parked along the way. And at the top of the structure, you see nervous visitors that walk between the aviary and the menagerie. It's like a catwalk with thin chain railing that span the space between the two. At about fourth floor or so. And so it's a respectable distance, but the catwalk itself being so narrow and just holding onto the chains, you can see these just regular folk. This is a kind of a exciting experience for them and harrowing for some who might be afraid of heights.
Were all these carriages and wagons and horses and whatnot here before when we were here, or do we think something's going on?
No, when you were here last time, it was kind of the same situation. It was during the day, and so this seems like it's a little busier this morning as people gather in the morning to go see this exhibit, perhaps spend all day, kind of going to the theme park type thing.
Okay.
But the spectacle of the menagerie and the accompanying aviary distract from the impressive manor where you've been before, and which is your destination today. It's built similar to the other estates that you passed along as you walk through the high quarter. The building is constructed with a combination of gray stone and dark stained timber, with high curtain windows of emerald green fabric, curtained, and a grand front entry, astride which sit a pair of almost life-size statuary of great maned lions. And as you walk up, you see a door knocker, and the great lion face, holding in his mouth, similar to the demon that you saw at the manor in your last encounter with the door knocker, holding a great circular iron piece to knock on the door itself, if you choose. What do you do?
Knocking on the door directly. Learn that lesson.
Does the door have a handle or a pull ring or something?
It does. It doesn't have a pull, but it has a handle, yes.
I'll reach out and try to open the door.
Okay, you note that it's locked.
They learned their lesson too.
It's either locked or it's barred from the inside.
Well, we were invited. I don't know why we have to knock on the door.
Moments later, you hear what sounds like a bar rising as it scrapes against the inside of the door, and then the door cracks open, and you see the older man in livery of the house standing there. Oh, you again.
I can say the same thing.
It's good, actually. Yes. Lord Henry is awaiting your arrival. You've been quite a while, though.
We had a thing to take care of.
Yeah, it took us an extra 12 seconds. Sorry about that.
Oh, all right. I'm sure he'll be understanding. Please follow me. And once again, he brings you down this eclectic, baroque, just crazy items all over from foreign lands most of which you don't even recognize on shelves and pedestals and columns and so forth, in through the dining room and then down the long corridor once again that leads to the sitting room. And as you enter, the doorman opens the door for you and allows you entry. You're back in this plush sitting room, and there's Lord Hinway and Lady Hinway sitting there. Lady Hinway is holding Lord Hinway's hand, but as soon as you enter, Lord Hinway immediately jumps to his feet. It's about time. He just growls, and then he just waves away the servant as he closes the door behind you.
I'm gonna push Figaro
Hello.
forward.
You sit or just stand? What do you do?
No, we'll sit.
Lots of places to sit. Lady Hinway stands and takes her husband's hand again and pats it firmly. They're here to help, husband. Mind your manners. Drawing his fingers through his graying hair, Lord Hinway nods acquiescence to his wife. Yes, of course. Forgive me, please sit. He beckons to the chairs around the room.
Down.
There's a slight knock.
You're sitting this time?
Come.
Yeah, well,
The servant enters, different one, not the doorman, but another servant in livery, with a plate, a big serving plate, and on it you can see it's steam rising from these mugs, and he passes one out to each. You can smell that it's just the fragrance of warm mead and cinnamon. Typical morning drink, on a chilly morning in Greyhawk, offering it to all of you. So, there you are, after the servant leaves. I have a small problem I need your help with. Glances over to Lady Hinway. My business partner has disappeared in the subterranean caverns beneath the menagerie, and I fear it may have come to some harm. As you've already proven yourselves capable, I would like you to find him and bring him back here to me. And then he looks around. Where did he go? Oh, went to the loo. He should be back in just a moment. And no sooner does she have those words out of her mouth, the door opens, and for a moment, it just seems to open, and then scurrying in is a little gnome. Why don't you introduce your gnome?
So, entering the room, you see a very small, pale, reddish, long white beard, red cloth cap with a rope tied around the base of it, a walking stick almost bigger than he is. Oh, I'm sorry about that. When it hits you, it hits you. You said we were waiting. Oh, I see the guests have arrived. Is this who I'm meeting here?
Yes, these are them, the ones I told you about. This is Pimply.
Right. Pipley Berrynat. Berrynat's the family name, of course.
Pimply or Pipley? Pipley? Oh, Pipley.
It's nice to meet you, fine folk. You're tall.
He's taller.
He gets so tall.
He's not. But
Right.
he's taller.
is it just me, or is it every time someone in this group dies, we seem to get a new hire on? Is that my imagination? No.
He's a friend of Azrador.
We're ignoring that.
He's a
All
friend
right.
of Azrador. Azrador is my business partner. They went to school together, or some such. Anyway,
I was shocked you even knew of me. I'm glad Asmodor has mentioned my.
of course he has. And being as you would be one that would recognize Azrador, I thought it might be advantageous for this crew that I would like to hire, if you would so agree. It might, take you with them down to the menagerie, the subterranean menagerie that we're building, and locate him, bring him back to me safely.
Polaris tries to lean in subtly, but since he's giant and wearing armor with a head on his shoulder, it's probably not very subtle. He's
Lord
very
Hinway.
small.
You talking to Lord Hinway?
Yes.
Lord Hinway's kind of leaning back. Thing stinks. What is that? A head you're wearing? What's wrong with you?
It's
We
my
don't
friend.
ask.
He's very small.
I see. Well, look. Where was I? You were discussing Lady Hinway. You were discussing remuneration, but what you were going to pay them to help. Yes. It's a 500 gold. All right, go down there, find Azrador. There's also the matter of Nedrin Cavebender. He's the foreman that's building out the place for us. Dwarf. We're not sure where he is either. We suspect he's down in this new part of the menagerie that we're building. I don't know a whole lot about what's down there yet. I have not had the custom to visit the place as of yet, as I've been away, traveling before you arrived with my new
What's his name?
Azrador.
No.
Who?
Cave bender?
Oh, Nedrin Cavebender, yes.
Nedrin
He's the
Cavebender?
foreman, yes.
Do you know a Nedrin Cave?
Never heard of him. Never heard of a
How are we gonna know what he looks
pimply
like?
berry fart either.
I guess
It's Barry Nat, actually. Thank you.
Can we confer amongst ourselves for a moment? No offense,
Do
friend.
you want to leave the room?
No, we'll just get in the corner. It's fine.
All right, so he and Lady Henry just kind of sit back. He looks over. Pimply or Pimply? Pimply.
It's Pimply.
Pimply, yes.
He
Pimply.
is delightful.
Do you think so?
He's little.
He's very small, and I
mean-
heard stories of gnomes.
We could probably just pick him up and use him as a club.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Don't they explode if you shake them too much?
I don't know. I've never shaken a gnome.
I don't know many gnomes.
I've only known one gnome. He was pickpocket, sweetest guy, so fun.
Pickpocket ain't getting me excited.
My Aunt Hildegard used to claim she
Please,
ate
I see
gnomes
your
when she
jobs.
was young.
Hildegard. Are they good eating?
I don't know. I never tried one.
Hey, what are your qualifications?
The Barry Nats we're scholars. I'm a purveyor of the arcane.
He can recognize Azrador, you idiot.
That's also
Husband,
true.
husband,
I've known him
please,
for a few
please.
years.
Husband.
He can recognize Azrador. I just thought of that.
As you're having conversation with me, you notice my eyes pitch black.
No, well, that's alarming. Don't like that at all.
You get used to it. You get used to it.
No irises, no nothing, pitch black.
Were they like that before?
Oh, no, it's ever since you've seen me walk into the room, pitch black.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes.
All right, so blind gnome.
So now we've got to keep him alive. Find 2 people in a menagerie that's not even built. Probably going to be full of wild animals.
600 gold.
We're negotiating.
agree.
Okay? He looks. Well, I forgot the rest of it. He's looking at Lady Henway, and she's just relax a moment. Husband, we'll do 500 gold. Plus, we'll give you 100 gold for each survivor. There are trainers down there. Possibly as many as 6. We're not sure exactly. There's Nedrin, of course, and Azrador. So 100 gold for each one of them, plus the base 500 just for bringing Azrador. If you want to roll to influence him,
I rolled a
persuasion,
13 on that.
13.
If somebody else wants to try.
Honestly, that seems like a fair deal.
I mean, yeah, are we all
I'm
go
good
with
with
this?
Polaris,
I didn't
try.
know we were getting paid.
Just for shits and giggles. We're risking our lives
You didn't know we were being paid?
for a
No, I
stranger.
just
Okay,
did them a favor.
15.
15. All right, we'll do 750 plus the 100 gold for each survivor. Best we can do.
Fair.
But, and she just looks at the hand. Lord Henway is just kind of like faded away. He's just like looking at the ground at this point. Lady Henway, but for the 750, you must agree to keep this quiet. We don't want any information out there about trouble in the menagerie that we're building. We don't want any trouble with the inspectors, city inspectors, anything like that. So we'll just keep this quiet. We've had a situation once some time ago when a creature got loose from our menagerie. It was quite a scandal, let's say. So the other thing is, we need to be careful about not just going down there and slaughtering everything. We spent a lot of money, as you know, bringing back that hound the undead one. It's not down there yet. It's in another place. But you understand the expense and the trouble that we've gone through bringing these creatures in. We're not exactly sure what's down there at this point, as we haven't been involved so much in this as Nedrin and Azrador. But just try not to kill everything, please. It's an investment on our part.
I'm not as
Yeah.
smart as Doll, but this sounds dangerous.
Everything we do is
I give you
dangerous.
my
We know
word
it's
that I will do
dangerous.
my best to make sure your animals are safe, but it's my life or a beast. It's going to be mine.
Understand. And they should all be locked up. They're all secured. They all should be secured, so you shouldn't have any issue. And remember, this is a zoo, essentially. It's a menagerie. But it's a subterranean design that we're doing. It's a new feature we'll have, hopefully, within a few months, once Nedrick completes his good work and Azrador has stocked it fully. But we have, of course, they have designed it, and as we do everything in our creations here to keep the creatures secure, whether they're an anti-magic barriers between them, or whether they are behind bars, or whatever's necessary. So
All right.
this should be reasonably safe. We just. She looks at Pipley. Before we called you, we sent 6 of our men-at-arms down in hopes that they would do what we're asking you to do.
6 Minotaurs?
Men-at-arms. Yes.
Also, person.
Men-at-arms.
I was a little worried.
They have not returned, and it's been long enough that they should have. So, if any of them survive, the offer of 100 gold per survivor applies to them as well.
Well, while I know we've already now struck a deal on the price for this, but seeing as you're now sending us to do a job that apparently 6 others have already failed, should we complete this, there might be room for even more discussion.
More persuasion.
Oof.
Is that a negative?
11.
No.
That's better than average.
Yeah.
He says, hopefully.
Hey, that means that we won't lose ground.
She looks skeptical. She's still holding Lord Henway's hand, and there might be something. Let's see how. Let's see.
It can be discussed once we come back. That's fair.
With your success and the level of your
Sure,
success, we can
sure.
certainly. My husband is fair.
One final question. There might be more, but this is my final question for now. He seems very upset, I say, pointing at Henway. Is there something in particular we should know?
No, he has spells. He's just he's tired right now. I think all this excitement, all this worry has taken a lot from him this morning already, and so she actually stands with him as she speaks, and he kind of helps him stand. I think it's time for us to take him and perhaps lie down for a bit. Are we in agreement?
Yes.
Is there a secret door or something so the public doesn't see us go down there?
Yes, we'll bring you down. Yes. One moment. And as she kind of shuffles with him toward the door, there's no servants in the room at this moment. But when she opens the door, you can see there are 2, the doorman, the original doorman, the older fella, and a younger servant, both in livery, that come in and assist. And she says to one of them, "Retrieve Jenna." And the youngest one goes sprinting off as they just kind of slowly move out of the room.
I walk over and look down at the gnome. Is he wearing weapons of any sort?
I have my walking stick,
Ah.
book at my side.
How's this gonna work? Are you gonna ride on our shoulders, or do we have to hold your
I think
hand?
he can walk.
I can walk.
I can't
you
see.
know, I
Well, I
can
mean-
see you just fine.
Your eyes are voids.
I think he meant you can't see anything past us because you're little.
No,
Well, sure,
I
if
meant
you're-
he doesn't have eyes.
No, they're there.
He's got a stick.
Is,
Maybe the
is that a
stick
magic
fighter.
thing?
Look,
I was on an island one time and they had long sticks and they just whacked each other with
No,
the
he
stick.
said arcane.
we've
so-
just met.
Yep.
Should
That's
we
not cane.
begin
That's
to
more like
travel
oak.
together furthermore? There might be more that you come to learn of me. For now, let's keep this in a business relationship.
Fair enough. I respect that.
You help me, I'll help you.
Do you just like? Are you one who attacks from a distance with arcane? Do you like to get in close? Just what do you like to deal with?
Arcane.
That's the one that's shaped like a...
I thought he said
No,
the
this is
stick
my
was,
cane.
I thought he said the stick was made of cane.
No,
And
an
I'm
arc-
over here going, no, that's oak or maybe hemlock.
I get it. It's a
This
cane
is a
like,
birch.
like
This
a
is
cane.
birchwood. It's what?
An arcane is a cane that you walk with, but it's shaped like...
This
it
is
has
my
a hook.
cane.
What?
He,
It's not our cane. It's my
You
cane.
don't got ears, neither.
About that time, a young woman enters.
Oh,
She's not wearing livery.
you're not behind me.
And she's going, oh, you ready to go then? She's probably in her late 20s. She's human. She's got long, dark hair that's bound in a ponytail. And she's dressed in what appears to be basically leather armor.
No, but let's
Really
do it
tight.
anyway, I guess.
Oh, follow me then, and we'll get you to where you're going.
all right.
She leads you down a long hallway, opposite of the way that you came in, and to a door that's just looks like just a regular door, adorned in no way other than a doorknob. She opens it, and there's a dark stairway leading down. She leads you down this stairway.
Before she does, I take out my lantern, which I spent most of the night casting mending on to fix, so that way it works again.
I snap and I light it for you.
Oh, God. I am taken aback by
I
you
don't know that
lighting
you could
my
actually
lantern.
repair a shattered glass
I can
lantern.
do
Okay,
mending on each piece of glass. It can take hours, but I
Yeah,
can do
Maybe
it.
they were big pieces.
all
Maybe it
right,
only broke
all
into
right.
12.
Maybe it took me.
If you're willing to engage in an entire evening worth of
If it was, it could take. If it's 120 pieces, it will take me 2 hours.
All right. So you spend the time and you've got your lantern
Yeah.
back. When she gets to the bottom of the stairs, with the light from the the torches in the hallway or lanterns in the hallway beaming down, she grabs it looks like a globe, a small globe, and you see her bring it to her mouth and utter a word to it, and it illuminates the entire area with light. There you see a long hallway going down. You've probably descended about 30 feet under the ground at this point into like a basement area. Following this corridor down, there are a couple of corridors that lead off into darkness, and then down another flight of steps.
Let me get one of those.
As we're heading down, can you give us a brief description of everything that the Hemways have down here? That way we know if something is theirs or not theirs. We know if we're allowed to kill it or not, basically.
Well, I don't know what's down here. I know how to
Fantastic.
take you to where we're going, but I've never been in the new area that they're building. They're
It's
allowed to-
subterranean.
It is, but I have not been here.
That means underground.
Okay.
I've not been through the new caverns anyway. They're keeping
Think
it
so.
quite a secret.
Sounds right.
Apparently, they don't want news to get out of what incredible creatures they may be found down here. So
thought it was a number.
as far as I go,
I thought it was a big number, like over 100.
Well, they're so tight-lipped
got, like-
that not even the people who go in here to check it out can leave.
15, 16,
Well-
100 subterranean. I thought it was a big number.
Where I'm from, we just say underground.
What?
when you get to the bottom of the stairs, takes you down another corridor, and then you see it open up into like a hexagonal-shaped room. It's about 40 feet in diameter. And then there's a couple of corridors going up, and then a very broad corridor, about 15 feet wide, that ascends in the opposite direction like a ramp. That will take you back up to where the menagerie is. There'll be an entrance for the public to come down this ramp to access. And of course, all this will be built out in some way, I imagine, that gives a more proper entry. But for now, she looks down at this grate, this metal grate that's about 5 feet across, square.
You know where this is going.
And you can just from her light, you can see that this barred grate is barring your way to what looks like a very sturdy wooden staircase leading downward. And there's a padlock on it. But the padlock is built in such a way that it's like in between the bars. And it's got a keyhole facing, and she immediately takes out
I don't
her
have a
key.
key. Oh,
I don't know what's beyond. But if you need light, you're welcome to carry this.
I'll take
She hands you the globe.
How big is the globe?
It's about 4 inches in diameter.
That's all you need is 4 inches.
You know who says that?
Me?
People of 4 inches.
The word for the globe.
Oh god, it's inside of his head.
So prideful.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, you just shoved it in my old character skull.
And now the lights
I
shine
love
out.
it, dude.
We're
And her
worse
words just
ball
kind of
gag.
fade away when you do that.
Someone that tries to be proper, you have a twisted mind, Polaris.
Look,
I like
now I got my hands free,
Okay.
and Olsen can tell us which way to go.
You're nothing if not pragmatic.
Hey,
I am not pragmatic. I'm not a girl.
mind taking this? I hand you the lantern. You're up in the fray of things more than I am.
I mean, I can see, but sure, I'll hold it for you.
Does
Yeah,
this
right now.
stop? Do I need a magic word or something?
Like, hook onto your
I
belt.
think that's what I was saying before you shoved it into the skull.
If you ever need a dart, just pull down.
Yes,
All right,
it
sounds
does
good.
have a word that you speak to it, turn to activate it and to deactivate it. It's very simple.
Simple.
No,
Maybe
it's not
tell
the
me.
actual
Maybe
word.
tell me
Simple.
that word. I don't trust the big man.
I'll say it out loud so you will all know what
All
it is.
right.
Okay? Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Yes. Cauliflower.
Call a flower.
And you did every time you say it, the light's going off and on and off and on and off.
He thinks about calling a flower, but he's slightly smarter than that.
Tulips.
So, she pushes open the grate. You see the stairway leading down. You note right away from the light that you're holding and beaming from your shoulder that it has a stair. The stairs have a handrail, and you can smell earth and like new wood, like cut wood. The sense of construction. There's a bit of dust that just kind of puffs up from not so much the floor or the stairway, but just from the area within, along with the draft of air as she pulls open the grate. And there's dried blood that stains the steps like a macabre paint. You can see to the bottom of the stairs is a very short stairway that built into the wall appears to be a wooden guardhouse with a barred window. And there's an elbow-high shelf and a slot just above it. On the front of this guard nook, there's a sign that reads, "Adults, 1 silver, children under 12 free."
I'm getting some real Disney vibes.
Disney meets Jurassic Park.
And she says,
Horror movie.
and then the corridor leads on beyond the little sentry post there. There is light emanating from inside that illuminates it, but it kind of moves. You can't really see, from the top of the stairs, what's down that corridor any further. But it's about 10 feet wide.
Does it look like someone was bleeding and they came down the stairs, or like someone was bleeding trying to come up the stairs and couldn't get out?
Roll investigation
I was about
or
to bring up that point.
survival, whichever is
I
better
like
for you.
investigation better because that
Okay.
uses intelligence. But it's shit. So that is. Do I have efficiency? No, I don't. That's a 10.
So 10 is average. So what you notice is obvious is that the blood is very, it's almost like pooled, but it's on stairs. So it's like a heavy splotch of blood at the top of the stairway, right below the grate, as if, whatever was bleeding had been there for a moment. And then you can see what appears to be drag marks down the rest of the step and the corridor beyond where you can see.
Well, that didn't take long.
I'm locking eyes with you.
Yeah, I ready a card. We might be in some trouble, and it looks like one of our rewards are gone.
Well,
Also, our guide's still there.
yes, Jen is standing there just watching you.
Is there another exit, Jen?
To the subterranean menagerie from here.
How were the people you sent down here supposed to get out? The way we came in?
Right here, yes. This is the only entrance to the caverns that I'm aware of.
Is there a lock on the underside?
Well, she pulls up the grate, and you can see that the padlock that's like in between the bars. It's not moving or anything, but you can see that there's a lock mechanism on the other side, on the bottom side.
Okay. I'll do one of those.
So clearly it could be unlocked or locked from either side. And she's just standing there holding this 5-foot grate.
I do have a 23 on
It's on
my
a hinge.
side.
Okay.
I got you.
What are you inciting?
Her,
About
making sure she's not lying to us.
the
It
exits?
felt, I think Figaro and I had the same idea where this felt like a trap because the pool was right underneath the grate, like someone got stuck there and then wasn't allowed to leave.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, also, it was like
okay.
the door was locked behind them, so we couldn't get out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Everything she said so far seems
All right, so with that, I'll
Yeah.
do that.
And
absolutely a lie.
we'll.
No, it seems yeah.
Do you have a key for us to get out, just in case?
Oh
or-
yes, I have the key, but I will be holding on to it. I'll be here waiting for you when you return.
Okay.
Right here. Hopefully it won't be too long.
How long are you gonna wait?
Well, I've been told to stay here for a day, but I'll be able to. I'll be leaving here when my shift is spelled, and someone will be replacing me, and they would, I believe, probably been instructed to stay another day. But I doubt that we should wait so long. Certainly, you must be back within a day.
I imagine we're all exchanging glances right now. Like
Yeah.
this.
I start feeling in my bag where my lockpick tools are, just in case.
All right.
She just kind of looks at you all,
Yeah.
and it's just she's got this quirky smile on her face, like she just finds your chatter humorous.
Into the death trap?
Well, Jen, I just gotta ask. I'm not trying to be difficult. Is there a reason we can't have the key?
Well, yes, because if you have the key, Nedrin has the only other key. Then how would we ever open the grate to get you out?
We don't need the key.
I'll be here to let you out as soon as you get in.
Hold me to
returned.
that.
All right.
This will be a trust exercise.
I guess we're going down onto the platform.
Let's do it. No one die.
This time.
Yeah.
So again, the opening is where the grate is only about 5 feet by 5 feet, but it immediately opens up to a 10-foot wide stairway, and you can see that it's probably part of the construction that they're going to eventually widen this thing out and make it part of the ramp that comes down from the menagerie side that's up top. Anyway, you guys head down.
Sure, we do.
Or
right.
never mind. Are our hirelings with us? Or is
Of course, they're all
Okay.
like crowded behind you at this point, just looking at each other.
You know
like,
what? You guys haven't seen a lot of action. What do you say we put you all in front?
You just suggest that to him? So,
You haven't done much since we met you. I mean, you could earn your paycheck.
roll a persuasion
I'm not liking this. 17.
for all of them.
From behind him, can I be staring at them with lifeless pitch black eyes?
Yeah, they're all kind of getting a little bit freaked out.
Does
But
that
you
give me
know,
advantage or no?
what
Does that give me advantage?
for what? Him steering? He
was
can
just trying to-
if he's helping. Yeah.
yeah, that's yeah.
All right, still 17.
Okay, so 17.
We're playing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fellas, I guess. Yeah, so I guess they're pretty much game. You know, they're willing to go down. There's nothing life threatening immediately. They see other than the blood, and so you don't hear anything. It's quiet.
Other than blood.
is quiet. So yeah, so they'll go down. They'll go down.
Fellows will adjust his very fancy black hat and say, "Well, Fellows is afraid of nothing. I will be glad to take up the rear of the front."
What?
Renee, convinced, I guess, looks over at Tubbs and says, front together, my front. Front together, my love.
Sure, let's
Cool.
do it.
Awesome.
Okay. I'm going.
Wob follows
That's okay.
behind,
You can-
going,
I
I'm gonna
like
tell
him.
hubby.
Fellows will
So at the bottom of the stairs, as they descend, they're walking. You see them walking close to one side of the. Yeah, just put that down. It's kind of in the center there. Yeah, close, kind of against the wall to the right. They're kind of moving really close against the side of the wall. And as you start to get down a little further, you see that there's some dried blood once again pooled at the bottom of the stairway, and this seems to be
Great.
coming from underneath the guard shack that's built into the wall there, as if something might have been bleeding behind it at some point.
Is
This
everything
is the
well?
stairs we just came down.
Yeah, this is here. Go ahead and you can go ahead and put your guys up there.
Polaris is gonna.
Wait, no, remember the team minion first.
I know.
Yeah.
Polaris steps up to the front,
Okay.
I'll be right behind him.
and I am going to use my divine sense.
So the rest of the guys are would be more in here, correct?
Yeah, they're in the
Okay, so go ahead and you can put them in there too. So they're going to be in front of you.
Not trying to get fresh with you, Polaris. I'm just
Oh
trying to get on
no,
this
I was.
ship.
He purposely went in front of them.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
In front of the
Oh,
hirelings?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, gotcha.
Being his paladin, so
Is this area illuminated?
Yeah, there are in this area. You can see that the tunnel opens up into a larger area ahead of you, and there are several lanterns within that large area that are lit that cast illumination plus what you have. So this is pretty well lit. But there's no illumination immediately right here where you're standing in front of the little guard shack.
Polaris is going to use divine sense, which gives
Okay.
me basically a 60-foot radius to detect anything affected by the Hallow spell, and to know if there's any celestials, fiends, or undead.
Celestials, fiends, or undead.
I don't know what's in this menagerie.
In 60 foot.
Yeah.
Within 60 feet.
Yep.
That's a very, very good. Celestials, fiends, undead.
Now, in theory, if there's something under us,
Yep.
it would be there.
It's not blocked by walls or floors or ceilings or.
It's like a foot of stone or 3 feet of wood kind
Okay.
of thing.
Okay.
So probably so not by the walls in the room, but probably by the large floor if it's heavy.
Yeah, if
You-
there's
you don't-
anything
you
underneath
don't-
us, I wouldn't.
Yeah, and you don't know. You don't know specifically where anything might be, but only within.
It just says a location, and also it just gives me a type. Like, for instance,
Right, celestial, fiend, or undead.
if a vampire was there, I might know it's an undead, but I
Right.
might not know it's Count Ravenloft or whatever his name is. I never played that module.
It's called the Curse of Strahd.
No, nothing within 60 feet. Nothing.
All right.
Is it instantaneous or does it last a while?
Instantaneous.
Yeah, I think it's instantaneous.
Okay. Yep. So
What I also do is I lift my hat and a bird comes out
Oh my god!
and don't hurt it. Like tap my shoulder if anything is interesting is going on, and then
I can't reach your shoulder.
okay, my hip.
Okay.
And then I'm going to eyes through my magpie and have it like fly ahead around corners.
okay.
Can you see when you do
Is this like
It's the ability where you can use your familiar senses.
okay?
Right, no, I understand that,
Okay.
but what I'm saying, are
Technically-
you just standing there waiting till it comes back?
I'm standing at the
Yes.
staircase waiting for it
He
to
is
come.
incapacitated.
That's what
Yeah, I'm blind and deaf.
Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah,
All right. So
that's why I did
We
the
will
tap me if
protect
anything
you.
happens. Cool. Yeah.
as it moves into the larger area that is again illuminated by a few lanterns here and there on the wall.
I have to ask if it doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, so it can see. The floor where you're standing, aside from the blood, is looks like it's finely polished limestone. So this area was, even though the jagged walls of the cavern itself don't look like they've been worked beyond just making space, the floor itself looks like it has been worked a little bit, and there are still in places large stalactites and stalagmites coming from floor and ceiling, attesting to the fact that this is a natural chamber. Okay, but it looks like they're being removed and replaced by this polished floor. There are pine wood tables surrounded by stools or chairs within this chamber. There is an elbow-high counter. You can see that there's a couple of beer taps behind the counter, a stone hearth recessed into the wall behind the counter, and there's a sign that lists like a menu of items that can be purchased. There are 4 doors out of this chamber, one in the north, one in the west, and the south, and there is an arrow painted at the entrance on the wall to the entrance to the west door, and has the profile of a sea serpent emblazoned upon it. And there's a plaque that reads some words. So I'm just kind of giving you an overview.
Yeah.
And then the last 2 doors are set in the southern part of the wall. So just to give you some orientation as to where south is, this is south right here.
All right.
So south on this side, north, east, west.
We're gonna spin real quick just so we can get a look at everything.
Just to make sure,
All
and
Wait.
the person,
Oh,
the
yeah.
only person next to me is now incapacitated. I will turn around and make sure nothing is happening behind us because we are in.
Well, you guys have all come down into this area now, down
Yes.
the steps. You hear the clank of the bars and the grate onto the opening, and then you hear the click of the lock. And then Jenna calls down, "I'll be right here if you need anything. Come back
Thank you.
soon.
We'll try.
Best of luck."
Are the taps set up?
I don't know. I've never been down there. I told
In a
you.
moment.
You said this wouldn't take more than a day. If anything happens past a day, send people down here for us.
That would be the intent, sir.
Just making sure.
I'm jumping the counter and going for the taps.
Cool. As the bird circles, does it see signs of life?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Does it see signs of corpses or signs of death?
Well, you're standing on blood.
Yeah, yeah.
There are. I mean, you can roll a perception through the eyes of the magpie.
Gotcha.
That's fellows. Well, we should be
Let me just pull up my
18. You just
little
went with
mouse.
It's either perception or survival, whichever you.
It's perception. It's proficient.
Okay. What do you roll?
10. So an average number.
So, you notice there are a couple of spots of blood on the floor near the center of the room, but just like traces, not like some faint drag marks. But the magpie's moving too quickly that you can't really get a sense as to the direction it's going and all that.
Fair. And this is literally the first time I've done this, so I imagine
Okay.
that I'm like,
Okay, it's a little bit rusty. Okay.
okay, well, looks clear. Looks like whatever it is dragged it out, so.
Well, Dahl said he's climbing the bar to get to the tap.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are moving into the room?
Yeah. So Polaris will walk into about the center there, just to keep an eye on things while people are choosing to get drunk rather than save people.
I just wanted to see if it worked. Don't judge me.
I'm gonna take one sec. I'm gonna rotate this.
No judgment here.
Yeah, that's the
I
point.
love
You can
plenty
rotate
of
it.
questions.
I was gonna take a sec to inspect this ticket counter, because that's where it looks like there's this big pool of blood.
Yes, looks like, yeah.
So I'm gonna take a moment to
Oh. Let's see.
card out, inspect the pool of blood there to see if a corpse is behind there or if anything was dragged back there, because it looks like this is a place where someone got fucked up.
Okay, yeah, so looking at this enclosure, you can see that there is a very, very, very narrow door that's built into the side of it, but on the opposite side of where you came down the stairs. So there's a door there, but it's closed.
Cool. Hold one card behind the door. I try to open the door from around a corner,
Okay.
like that way.
Yeah, I mean,
To
it's
see if
just-
it opens.
the front of you can see it's a very small little shack. Plus, there's the bars that are off the counter, but obviously you can't climb through those without breaking them. And it's dark inside.
Yeah.
The latch feels like it's locked. It won't budge.
Doll, you getting drunk, or could I use it for a sec?
I just want one tankard. God damn. Are the taps working?
They are.
Or
They are, as a matter of fact.
Pour
hell,
myself
Wob.
One is mead and one is ale.
taking the meat.
Is that barrel of bottles actually on the counter?
Yes, there is.
Creative bottle.
Yes, there are, and it looks like it's like it's a case of wine, essentially.
I will take a wine bottle and put it
Okay,
in the pouch.
sure.
Wob will wander over.
You don't
Yeah.
recognize the label. It doesn't have a label on it. It's just a black bottle.
Someone, something might have happened in here.
Good
Mind
reason
helping?
not to go in there.
Well, good time to do it. Well, we are here to look for people.
All right.
We get
I got
paid
your-
more per head.
I got your back.
Cool. Help me with the door, and then we'll see what's in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're gonna pick the lock?
Yes.
I'm
Right.
helping her. Because Wob is a spy. and
Oh,
a thief.
Wob. Okay.
Wob,
When
yeah.
you say I, I'm thinking Polaris.
Well, she called Wob over.
Okay. Okay. So yes. Yes.
Cool. That is. Thank God. 18.
Okay. Yes. It's very easy to pick.
Yeah, I know,
It
but
seems
one
like
of them
it's-
was a 2.
That probably wouldn't have done it. But yeah, it seems like simple stuff. you
Yeah.
know? And boom, click. You easily unlock it.
Cool. Like once again, the strategy of like stand behind the corner of the door. Like,
Wob will pat him on the back and say, "Go get him, Ray."
yeah, just don't go too far. Open the door from the side, so that way, like if anything is lunged to jump out, it'll jump straight out at nothing.
Okay. So as you slowly open the door, you feel a little bit of weight against it, as if something's, putting some pressure behind the door. Not like something is being thrust open or anything, but just some pressure, and then boom, 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 and you see the head and torso from around the corner of a body. It hits the floor as if it was leaning against the inside of the door,
Do
and
I-
it is bloodied.
Did I hear anything from the like, is there any noise coming from inside that room?
And remember, there's this open except for the bars, so
Yeah.
you couldn't see,
was
down
dark.
on the ground
Yeah.
from there.
Is
Yeah.
that your friend?
Well, he might have been, no idea.
Where are you at?
Get wine.
Right, but she's right there, or he's right there.
You can take a look, closer look at him. He seems like a human,
Yeah.
from what you can tell.
Well, I'll take a closer look until our gnomish friend gets here to identify the body.
So what you see passively, as you scan the body in the dim light.
And
Do you have
super dead.
light with yourself?
I did not. The light is currently on Doll. I figured it's an illuminated room, and the head is on the the body is on the floor.
Yeah, but all the illumination is coming from the big room, and so it's hard to see in this little cavity. But what you can see is that with the head on the floor, human, partially clothed, looks like it was at some point, appears to be leather armor, maybe. And the reason it's hard to tell is because his chest has been ripped open, revealing a vacant cavity devoid of any organs, and his throat is completely missing, eyes gone, parts of its cheeks have been scored away.
Gotcha.
Oh, what did we find? Oh my God!
This
Is
your
it-
friend?
Is it Azrador?
Oh no, this looks like a guard. Looks like
Well,
a sentry.
the good news is it's not him. The bad news is that guy's really dead.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna search him for keys or
Okay,
any other
investigate.
stuff. Yeah, cool. That's once again not proficient. So that's 13.
All right, so you find 2 gold and 5 copper in one of his pockets, and also a threadbare handkerchief.
Is it like monogrammed or anything, or is it just a piece of paper or just a piece of cloth?
Yeah, it just looks like a well-used handkerchief.
And it goes back on the ground where it belongs.
No
yeah.
keys or
No keys.
What'd you find? Holy shit.
Yeah. Hey, anyone know what kind of creature would do this kind of nonsense?
monsters.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Can I hop up on the bar?
Yeah, of course you can. Yep, you can hop up on the bar. And
That's
then,
why I asked, but he didn't
just-
make me roll, so.
no, I mean it's to a human, it's elbow high, and so I guess for a gnome, maybe
Just pull up.
it'd be a difficult jump.
Help him up,
Can
fellas.
someone help me onto the bar? Thank you.
So he's grabbing the edge of it, just kind
Roll a
of skin his
6,
feet up
though.
against. Yeah, not all right.
Just want to be on the floor.
So here you can see the hearth. It doesn't look like it's been used. It looks fairly new. It's used lightly at this point. And you can see the menu there. It says ale, pixie mug, 8 copper, peasant mug, 1 silver, jumbo mug, 2 silver, monster burger, 1 silver, full tour, free on this menu. And then you can see that they're on the opposite side of the counter are cabinets with doors.
You just drinking?
I'm just drinking my mead.
Well,
Uh,
doesn't look like anything's here.
Before we go,
For the
one more
corpse.
question. That corpse, that guy totally fucked up. Does it look like he died in this room?
You can roll an investigation
Cool,
for survival.
because that guy looks real fucked up, and I can't imagine him getting far while being that fucked up. And if he's in a room that's locked with no entrances and was that fucked up, that's better. 15.
15. You get the impression that he got this far, locked himself in the room, and eventually
Okay, cool.
something somehow got him. And so, I mean, obviously he was either something killed him and put him in here, or was able to get him when he was in there, killed him and put him back in there and locked the door.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look to see if there are any other ways into that room aside from the grate.
No. As you look in there passively, no. You can investigate the area for like a secret door or whatever if you want.
I will. Well, these guys are having fun with their mead and shit.
Can I have that bottle when you're done?
The tank right here, you can have it.
19.
Thank you.
Searching around, no, there doesn't seem to be any other entrances. You can see now that, from the interior, that the bars were not locked. And so they actually swing up. And so had you pulled on the bars from the outside, they would have swung up and you could crawled in over the counter.
Okay.
Other had they been locked down, there would have only been a space about that big, to put stuff through, and then the bars themselves.
Gotcha. Does it look like the bars, they won't stay up? Like you just lift them and then they swing back down?
Well, looking at it with that roll, looking at it further, you can see that there's a latch up that could hold the bars up.
Okay, cool.
This first door next to the tiny room, does this appear to be like a heavy banded door menagerie door, or is it like this is just a door in an office kind of thing? Because this looks like the food court. So does this look like a closet door, or does this look like a door to keep out a sea serpent?
Like a privy.
Well, that's not where.
No, this little room here.
Yeah, that one right there. So that door, there's a little plaque next to each one,
All right.
and it looks like somebody started to paint something on it, but it wasn't completed. You can look at it closer,
I'll
if you
look
like.
at it closer.
Okay, so the one on the left has just passively, you can see that the illustration's almost complete, and it looks like a female warrior on this little plaque. And then the other one, it's hard to tell, like just the legs are like painted in, but the rest of the body isn't.
They kept Amazons in this menagerie. Gonna try and kick in the door.
Okay. It just swings as you kick it.
All right.
It's not like latched or anything.
I know.
Just bam! You just
Any monsters come out?
no. I mean, it seems empty. There's a little table with little flowers on the table. There's an area that is set aside where the hole is for the toilet.
Pull the paper.
Yeah, you can pull the paper.
So I will hold the door open with my shield as I look in, ready to.
Yeah, but so it looks like a privy is what it looks like for a woman. And then from the other chamber right next to it,
Yeah.
that had the unfinished painting on the door, you hear like this strange humming sound.
That you?
Nope. I'm gonna start Silent Lamp to Polaris for the next one.
Well, it's not in here.
Hey, I think this is how big the monster was, I say, in the corner, very far away from the action going on over there.
Staff is pointed at the
I'm
other.
gonna point at that other door. And go. Guess I'll try to maneuver around the chairs and stuff to not trip and get in front of that door.
Okay.
I'll be on the side of it. Right here. If I can.
All right. And what do you do?
I'm playing lawful stupid, this character, so I will kick the door in.
Ready to fire.
That one.
Okay. All right. So the other door swung, just
Yep.
easily swung open as you kicked it, and you're going to go and kick this one.
I'm gonna attempt to.
All right.
I'm holding a spell in case someone should.
Does it also swing?
It does swing. So as you kick it, it's the door swings, and do you follow through to hold the door?
That's the plan, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you follow through to hold the door. This looks like more of a male privy. It has like a urinal. It also has the hole for the, for number 2.
Yep.
And
A lot of shit goes down in this room.
and you hear this like the strange like humming sound coming from within that hole.
All right, well, I'm
And-
staying there.
And it sounds
The shitty hole.
kind of
How awful
echoey,
stupid are we playing?
echoey, and hold on. So, yeah, so I mean, so you can see that.
Grabs the door and pulls it
All right.
shut.
And then as you're doing that, from the other door, it kind of swings open. No, the one that
Okay.
you opened first. It kind of swings open, and this serpent-like head comes moving in
I love that you
in through the
said
door,
serpent.
looking left and right, seeing is that Wob or Renee? Who's that's closest on the right?
I think that's.
Right
I'm
here?
on its left, but he would see my
We-
back.
Tubbs
because
and
I'm looking
Renee
at
took the front,
And
but
then
I
on the
went in
left-
front of her, so
yeah,
it would be
who's this?
Tubbs. That would be Tubbs.
Okay, so we got Tubbs over there on the right, and then we have Dahl on the left, and it seems like it's just like peeking out, and then immediately strikes to the left toward Dahl.
All right, it's got. I mean, I'm back to it.
Yeah, so you wouldn't even have noticed it, but Tubbs and everybody else facing them definitely would have. So go ahead and roll initiative as this serpent head is coming through the door.
Looks like something came through this door over here, I say, in the corner.
I'll go last this round.
Okay. Right here. As it's come through.
That's not pretty.
It's
It's
the
a poop monster.
shit serpent. Yeah.
It didn't
like that.
smell. It didn't smell like that. Clearly,
we
again, not a whole lot of use taking place in here as of yet. Fortunately.
Fortunately.
Yeah, so it didn't immediately smell terrible. Okay. All right. So, anybody above 20? No? You rolled for everybody, right?
Yep.
All right. Nobody above 20? Above 15.
17.
Renee also got a 17.
Wob,
Renee has
Wob,
the higher dex.
Wob has a 19.
Okay, so Wob 19,
Wob, Renee, Dow.
and then Renee and Dahl had a 17.
Yeah, but Renee goes first. She has a higher dex.
Okay.
You just know that off the top of your.
I have a 10. So
Yes, yes, she does.
I would hope so.
Okay, above 15. Did I say that already? Wob, Renee. Who was it? Wob, Renee, and who?
Dow.
Dahl, sorry. Okay. And above a 10,
I got a 10.
10, which is
Or Figaro.
Figaro.
Figaro got 10. He was not paying attention.
above a 5.
I got a 9.
Who's that?
Pipley.
Pipley?
And then Tubbs got a 4.
And Fellows got an 8.
Fellows? Okay.
Tubbs is last.
He hasn't got to mine yet.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
Oh,
hear you.
is yours a
Sorry.
negative?
No.
That's hilarious.
So it's Pipley and then Tubbs?
Yes.
Pipley,
No,
Fellows,
Pipley,
Tubbs.
Fellows, Tubbs.
Fellows and Tubbs.
And
Okay.
then-
Polaris has a 2.
Okay. Fellows, Tubbs, and Polaris. Okay. All right. Okay. So, this is kind of a surprise round. If see what kind of stealth it might have had. If your passive is wow. If you're, I don't think anybody's passive is above 19.
No.
No.
So I guess it is kind of a surprise round as this thing comes through the door quietly, very slowly looking around, kind of to the shock of everyone, and then immediately strikes to the left. So Dahl, not quite aware that this thing is behind it. You feel the rush of air. 16.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Okay. And then just kind of like you feel something just impact your back, but not, fully, as, this thing is unable to connect. And then it just pulls back. And Wob, you're at the top of the order.
What
Okay.
the hell?
Wob is going to swing a short sword at this thing.
Okay, is he within range?
Okay. Technically, the thing's big, but yes, I'll move 5 feet closer, so I'm in range. 15.
15. It hits.
Okay,
Are we missing a guard?
maybe.
Because you have should have 3 of these because this is Fellows, so we're missing somebody.
And he gets sneak
Yeah,
attack,
Wob.
so that's
No, that was.
Oh, there's one right here.
Yeah, one of
Tubbs?
there needs to be another one on there.
11 points.
11 points. So you strike at it, and you watch as your blood just spurts from its neck, and it starts to just gyrate and convulse and pull back.
Second
into-
attack.
Okay, go ahead.
16.
Okay, it hits.
7 points.
Okay, literally striking off the head with that second strike as the neck retracts. It's beginning to retract. It hasn't retracted yet, but you can see it's beginning to retract back through the doorway. Okay, so Renee.
Watch,
no.
Watch your back, doll.
No. After Wob is the creature, and so it disappears quickly into the room,
But not its head.
except for its head, which is on the ground. Another head.
Wob will kick it away.
We all know where this is.
What's Renee doing?
Renee is going to turn to look to probably Polaris because you seem like the one
I was
in
over at
charge for
this
some
door.
reason.
I was at this door.
But she's gonna look at Polaris and Dahl and go, do we pursue it? Is it dead?
I don't know. Its head's gone.
If it's not dead, I'm not going after it.
Nope, I'm good. She's gonna sheath her swords and then just get closer to Tubbs.
Okay, so
Is the door free swinging? Does it have a handle or ring?
it's free swinging. Dow.
If it's free swinging, if it just went in, is the door still going like?
Yeah, it has a slight
Yeah.
motion to it.
Does the door only go in, or is it like?
No,
is
it swings
pull-
both ways.
Okay, great. I don't like that.
Yeah, I kicked it in first and then it came back out.
I'm gonna catch it when it swings inward and just kind of poke it real quick with my sword
Okay.
and look in to see where the neck is going.
If the neck goes down the hole, you see it disappear down the hole.
It pulled itself back in the hole. I don't think this thing is dead. It's clearly crawling around the sewers or whatever they got
They
going on
can't
down
see
here.
you.
Well, that's one thing, but I don't know. I don't think this is over. We need to be ready for something. I never dealt with anything like this before.
Polaris is gonna grab a couple of those chairs off the floor and drag them in front of this
Okay, you're at the
privy door.
you're at the
Figaro,
bottom of the order.
yeah.
We're still in initiative.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Figaro,
Alright.
what's Figaro doing?
Well,
Or unless Dow's doing something else.
ready in action to strike if something comes out towards me.
Okay.
From the men's or from the ladies' room.
From
All
the
right,
ladies.
Figaro.
Figaro is going to. He was in depth looking at this probably pool of blood and all this shit, and then hears commotion, turns around, sees head on the floor, guy poking his sword through the room, looks very startled. Is there another snake? Is that do you think that's the thing that got him? I'm going to step up behind the counter there and just ready an action in case another snake pops out.
Okay, all right. So you're holding the
Bring it,
door at
like,
this point,
behind
Dal?
No,
Holding-
I'm gonna. Well,
You know what? Yeah,
I'll
I'm gonna
hold it
go
with my
into the-
foot and have my sword ready in case it comes back.
Okay, so the door's open so that Figaro can see inside.
Yeah.
In case something comes out of that hole again, right?
Yeah.
Do you have
use
line
my-
of sight?
I'm planning to duck behind the bar.
Okay, so if something comes
Yeah.
out.
Yep.
Okay.
Figaro's pretty smart.
Yeah, and can I use a
We're
bonus
not.
action to hide
I
behind
didn't
there?
know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not smart.
I'm not hidden.
Well, I mean, if you literally lower yourself below the bar, you're going to be hidden anyway.
Cool. I lower myself below. I have my ears out in case a thing
But
happens.
you just don't see, you know.
Hanging up over the
I-
bar.
All you see is the hand of a bar like
I'm
this.
gonna hat.
with a held up card. Okay. All right. So is that it for Figaro then?
That's it for Figaro.
Pipley.
All right, I'm keeping myself on top of this table, but backing towards the wall, and I just
How the
my
hell did you get over there? Didn't
Then-
you put him on the bar?
I heard gnomes can teleport.
I walked over there before this all started. And I'm just holding a spell should anything pop up.
Okay. What spell are you holding?
I'm holding Firebolt.
Firebolt? Okay. All right. So the other door. The men's room. The door suddenly bursts open and another.
Honestly, since I was watching that, it would be at my back.
Okay, so it's coming out. The door just swings immediately.
Okay.
And it just strikes at whatever is closest.
That would be me.
would be you. So we'll put it right there.
would be my
if
back.
That it's back if that fits in there properly, or coming through the door anyway.
All right.
You get the idea.
My stealth was shit, so do I roll straight or do I roll with advantage? Even
Well-
if I pop behind there.
You hear. Oh, well, hold on. Let me.
Yeah,
let me
you
get
resolve
this.
your thing, then I'll resolve my thing.
Yeah. Because we're basing on. You're hiding behind the counter, right?
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
he get hit first, or does my spell go off first?
Well, you were both holding an action for anything coming out of the women's room.
I said anything coming out.
Anything
I didn't
coming out the
I did not
door.
specify.
Okay, I
what.
mean they're close enough
Yeah.
that I think that you would kind of have visual on either one, so it doesn't matter. But let me go ahead and resolve this with the strike against Polaris.
I would prefer that you miss,
Of course.
for what that's worth.
Oh, that's a 26. That was a high roll.
That does not, in fact, miss.
Does not miss. Oh, but he rolls shit on the strike. So only 6 points of piercing damage as you feel the fangs of this thing go into your back. Okay, so
Only 6 points, he says.
the
to
problem
third
with
level
yours,
character.
the problem with your attack is you have to move.
Yeah, so I'll just do it straight. No, because I just have to
So
pop
you're
up.
just so you're.
My hit hide was terrible anyway, so I'll just roll straight.
All right, so go ahead and make a straight roll.
Cool.
I'll be fine with that.
I got a 17.
As I think through this, what did you? The firebolt 17, it hits.
15?
15, that hits too. So the card and the firebolt hit at the same time.
9 points of fire damage.
9 points.
Hey, did we need to keep this thing alive?
Fucking hell, Dal.
What did I do?
Nothing. I got bit.
11.
11. Okay, so between your two strikes, you see this thing just kind of, and immediately the burning, the card going into it, almost severing its head, blood gushing out, and then immediately being cauterized by the fire. It begins to retract in, and its head is just kind of lolling down.
Grab the stump.
Well, the stump burned.
It's still.
I
pulling.
said if it was our life or a beast,
So
it'd be our life.
that's going to bring up Fellows with Tubbs on deck.
Yeah, Fellows is gonna run forward at Dallas. 20, 25, 30. If he gets right here next to Polaris, can he grab the stump?
The creature
stump
coming
is-
out of, or
No,
Oh.
the stump's pulling itself back.
okay,
right?
okay. Yeah,
He's trying to run and
Polaris.
grab it.
Okay, yeah.
This isn't my strong suit.
So basically, you're making a grapple attempt.
Yeah, so 14 or 13 on the athletics.
13. No, it just kind of, the blood that just coats the thing, it just kind of slips through your hands as you try and grab it.
doesn't like doing magic, does he?
Anything else from Fellows?
He's going to try to adjust his coat to get the blood off so he looks cool again. And that's it.
Well, it's fine.
All right, so that's going to bring up Tubbs with Polaris on deck.
Alrighty. Let's see. I want to go right there. There's not much Tubbs is going to do because, as far as Tubbs is concerned, that he wants to keep this thing alive because he wants to follow those orders.
Yeah, so this thing is essentially in the doorway. Is it for Tubbs then?
Yeah, he can't even get over.
Okay, so Polaris, you just got bit in the back,
Yes, I did.
and then you saw the streak of fire and the card go next to you. As you turn around, you see it preparing to go back through the door.
I'm going to try and tackle it.
Okay, so a grapple.
Sure.
All right, go ahead and make a
Strength?
strength or athletics.
Oh, which one?
Athletics.
All right.
It's a contest, basically.
Well, it's the same. So I missed.
Well, it's a contest. You might have.
What'd
I
you roll?
rolled a 7.
7. Okay, yeah. So it slips out of your hands too, as it's going back through the doorway.
I just got bit in the back, and it's
blo-
covered in poop.
I was gonna say blood and shit make it slippery.
So is that it for Polaris then?
It's covered.
Or is he going to move or going to stay there and he use his action?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna climb up on the table with Pipley. What the hell was that?
Hey, can that table take your weight?
These are stout oak tables, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Disney World. They don't skimp on furniture.
It's made to last.
All my might to get up there, and he just stepped.
So we'll take you out of initiative at this point as this thing disappears into the hole like the other one did. And you hear kind of this shifting. It's kind of a splash and like a scraping, shifting. Again, this barrel-like tone noise coming from within.
We have to make a decision.
The doors are swinging back shut.
This door here is the one labeled with the sea serpent logo, right?
The one that leads off to the west, yes. It's got an arrow that leads to that door and then a symbol of a serpent painted.
What if it's a giant's hand and each of his fingers is one of those snake things?
I don't know, but
No.
that thing that bit you and almost bit me looks like that thing over here by this door.
Is this going to be one of the things that we try to keep alive?
I'd like to, but
how about we-
Are we killing it?
Well,
Let's
we've
just
already
take
chopped
some-
off 2 of its heads. So.
That's
Let's take some of those oak tables and block it off. I am weak and you guys are strong, so you'll have to do it, but
I'm not strong.
Well, the question is, what if our survivors are in its lair?
then it'll be in the sea serpent lair. I can't fit down the... Did you say it was
I
like
don't
a
think
shithole?
we'd get there through
Yeah.
those rooms, though. I think
So
we'd
the
end up there.
shithole's
by
about that big,
another,
right?
Another part
Yeah.
of the...
I think you could fit.
Hey, Wob, grab this head
No,
and bring it over to the foot of the stairs. In case we all die, they'll know what did it.
you're a wob.
I know, but that was Polaris talking to Wob.
You were looking right at me, sorry.
Well, I can't look at
I
myself.
thought you were talking to Tubbs.
So,
No, you got
Wob will grab the head and walk over and throw it at the foot of the stairs.
Okay. All right. So he does so.
Okay.
These guys really just do whatever we tell them, huh?
Oh, God.
I think Figueroa was onto something. Let's position the tables like up against these doors so they can't just come out our rears.
You know, I said I was going to do this with chairs.
I don't remember you saying that.
I said that.
I think you described.
And he
You
said,
you
"We're still in
mentally
initiative."
described doing
No,
that.
I did, and he said we're still in initiative.
That's true. So you guys start to. You're not in initiative now. So are you going to move some tables up against the doors?
Yeah, tables and chairs, barricade the door shut.
Cool. I'm going to stay in my...
Oh, that's a person.
Like, I'm gonna stay in my position behind, like, around the counter. And is that another door that's right next to the 2 shitholes?
Yep.
Yeah. There's one on the west, and there's a door to the north.
Cool. While they're doing that, I'm just gonna, like, look to see, like, as I go up. Are there more, like, is there a blood stain in front of that door? Like, there's a blood stain in front of the sea
Roll
serpent door?
perception.
Awesome. Dirty 20.
Which door are you looking at?
I'm looking at the door to whatever direction that is.
Okay, the one next to the
West?
bathroom.
Is that west?
Okay, yeah, that's
Not
west. It's the one with the arrow with the serpent.
Yeah.
You don't see any bloodstains near this door. But just as you're looking around, you see more clearly than what you did through the magpie, what looks like traces of drag marks toward the center of the room that you might have cast your gaze around and followed that seem to indicate movement toward the door in the north.
Gotcha. Okay,
Door in the north.
Yes.
Yep.
looks like our bodies went that way.
No, that's the way we should go.
Once everything's
Genuine question. I understand that the point of this job is to not excessively hurt these creatures, but are we all in agreement of keeping ourselves alive?
If we can knock it out, I say we knock it out. We don't need to piss off one of the only guys that pays well in this city. But
In terms of me, I'm not built so much for knocking things out.
well, this will toughen you up then.
All right, sure.
Yeah, me neither, but you know, anything that keeps me away from the line.
All right.
You want me to take lead on this one? You just got bit.
Yeah, my back's a little stiff.
Yep. So I will go up to Sea Serpent door, wait for everybody to come.
The door in the west, okay?
Yoink.
Yep.
Wait, okay, so is this Sea Serpent door or is it not?
The sea serpent
No.
door is the one in the west, which is
The one into the bathrooms, right?
the one next to the bathrooms, correct?
That's a
this
Sea
one.
Serpent. Okay.
Yes.
I kept pointing at
Yeah,
this
but this
one.
is this is the door where the bodies.
That's the
went.
north, yeah. That's the
Okay.
door to the north.
The faster we get to the bodies, the more of them that will be alive.
Then let's do that.
All right, so you're gonna go to the door to the north then?
Yeah.
There you can see
I
that there's a
positioned
little bit of
myself
blood,
here.
more obviously, as if whatever was dragged through here was there for a moment at the door before, I guess, it went through, as far as you can tell. So, you're at the door.
I am taking the dodge action, getting my shield ready, and I am going to take 5-foot step inside the room if I can.
Okay, yeah, the door is unlocked. There is a latch,
But
but
No, we
you just
jump back.
did you just simply open it?
yeah, I did too.
Okay, so you just want to walk through?
I'm just gonna walk through.
I take the hide action on the inside of
doesn't
the door just in
immediately get-
case anything's in there.
Okay.
If he doesn't immediately get killed, I'll follow him.
All right. All right. So we're into another map. We're gonna take a break real quick, and when we come back, we'll see what happens next. See where this door leads. You guys know.
Now I feel bad.
You should.
Welcome back, everyone. Our group has gone through another door from the pretty much the concession area in this subterranean menagerie that's partially built in search of Azador and the dwarf foreman, as well as anyone else that they could possibly find alive down here still. It's not looking good so far, as there's one body. The body was not Azador, was not Nedrin Gatebender, the foreman, but it appeared to be a sentry or a guard, and there is lots of blood that indicates that somebody else has been moved around or dragged somewhere. And as they go through the door, following the blood tracks on the ground, what you note is a corridor leading off straight ahead from the open door, and then off to the right. There are doors that you can see on the right side of the corridor, down the right corridor, and then the one going straight ahead, there's a door to the left, and there's a larger barred door to the right. And you can hear the sound of running water, just kind of gurgling, and not like fast running, not like rushing water, like white water or anything, but the movement of water from the cavern nearby. That must be through the barred area. The cavern with the barred door. What are you guys gonna do? But nothing alive that you can see, and you don't hear anything moving, talking, chattering, howling, bellowing, anything at this point, just the rush of water.
22 perception on the drag marks that Figaro pointed out.
Okay, that's pretty good. So the drag marks continue down the hallway of the trail, blood trail, straight ahead, and leads off toward the two double barred doors on the right side of the corridor.
All right. I'm gonna step forward and silently go like this and make hand signals.
I do like 1 second. At bird.
Okay. So
Behind you!
Yeah. Seeing through my little magpie.
okay. And where are you gonna send the magpie?
Send it up ahead to those double doors, hopefully keeping as close to the ceiling to see if it could
The
go up to
ceiling's
the.
only about
Yeah,
8 feet, but
probably it's a little bird.
Yeah.
So go up to and probably perch on the doors, on the double doors.
yeah, the
so
doors are bars, and so you can actually see through them.
Yeah, and also it's a small bird, so I figure it could perch on the door bars.
Okay, so maybe on the latch area,
Yeah.
it can perch there and look through. What you see, as you see on the map there, what it appears to be in this room is it's a rather large cavern. There's a plaque on the door, just next to the door, that has words on it, and then already just from where you guys, well, mostly I guess Dal can kind of sense as he's moved in, a little bit closer down the corridor. But through the magpie, can you sense, can you smells and things like that, or is it just sight?
It says sight and hearing,
Okay.
but also says you have advantage on perception sight with smells. So,
Okay,
do
so
what you will with that.
Passively, it's pretty strong. It stinks of rotten fish in this room, and the iron gates appear to be broken, so that they would be easily pushed in, or else they're kind of almost off their hinges.
This is the double ones, right?
Yeah, the double ones. And you can see inside that there are brownish red stalagmites, stalactites, light gray columns with numerous patches of gray mold that compete for space in the chamber. And there's a wide stream of clear water that winds its way through the room, continuing into a crevasse in the opposite wall. There, the magpie can see some movement toward the opposite side of the room, and something, maybe two somethings, appear to be hunched over something that they're possibly eating.
Cool. Like, good for you too.
They haven't noticed the magpie. They're backs are almost like, facing the magpie.
All right, so I'm gonna mimic Figaro's hand signals to quiet, and I'm gonna start moving forward towards
Okay.
the double doors.
I will.
You're wearing,
I'm wearing heavy armor.
yeah.
I'm hoping the sound of the creek and the water running will kind of mask the sounds of me walking around in heavy armor.
Possibly.
But my stealth check is with disadvantage.
You'll need to
12.
roll a stealth.
Yeah, my stealth check is 12
Oh, 12.
I.
because I'm in heavy armor.
Yep.
I deactivate bird sight and just leave the magpie sitting on the. Yeah, I leave the magpie sitting on the doors.
Okay.
When I come out to the doors here, would I be able to see this gated here from this entrance over here?
Yeah, I mean, you can see that there's a barred gate down the right hall, and then the one where your magpie is down the left hallway or corridor. So from where you're standing, you can see down both. You can't really see in the chamber
Yep. So
until you get close.
I'm gonna indicate to you guys that, like, second door that way. I'll be quiet, like, as a backup. Like, as you guys go up front, I'll go to the side.
I look like I'm taking a second to register what you're saying, and then
Oh yeah, cool. I got you. So I'll roll stealth and go this side. Stop here.
Okay.
What are these hands?
Yeah.
So go ahead and move to where you're moving. All right, and you're looking in. Oh, you're not really close enough. Well, you could probably peer around the corner if you want.
Yeah, like the stealth is to be quiet and be like on that side. I don't plan on touching or opening that door right away.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Well, I can show you where the body was. Since you were looking through. Oops, I don't want to step in.
When I walked through,
That's
would I have seen anything in these barred doors?
Yes, I can.
Okay,
If you
cool.
glance in that direction, I can tell you what you see. There's an oak door there. That is, I believe it's an oak door. It's an oak door, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's the oak door. They're both closed. I just left them open so you can see where they are. But there's an oak door there that you pass, and then there's another barred door. The barred door,
Is that one also closed? Or
yes, it's closed as well.
it's kind of open over here. I just
Yeah,
want
I
to make
just
sure.
left it like this so you would see that there's a door there, because I didn't want you to miss it thinking it was just part of the wall. Yeah, so that room is very curious. It's a dark chamber. There's no light per se in this area, and in the even in the large cavern, you probably wouldn't be able to see as much as I told you, because there's no light in there either. The only light is what you're carrying in this area, and whatever light is still spilling through from the other chamber that you guys just exited from. So, are you carrying light?
Not at this time. No.
Okay, so then you can't even
Pretty-
see inside that.
Then that's
It's a
room.
barred door, right?
It's a barred door.
Can
I
I
mean,
see if on the wall I see any unlit lanterns or torches?
which way are you going?
This room.
Okay.
Can I
Any,
see if
like-
I see anything on the walls that could be lit?
Oh, okay,
sconce.
down the corridor.
Yeah, if I go
Um,
over there and like look
Yeah,
for the
there
door.
might be. Let me see. If
Try to indicate not too close, not too close.
you don't see any lanterns down this hallway.
Or like
No,
wall
I mean like
sconce.
I want to come to him, look in this room.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He's saying if he looks
See
with
if I
his dark
see-
vision,
Yeah.
can he see
Okay.
torch sconces or something?
Okay.
In this room.
Okay. So as you look in the small dark chamber with you have dark vision, it appears to be maybe a break room. There's several chairs scattered around, and there's a high top table holding a 3-tiered frosted cake. There's a small sign that's planted kind of cockeyed in the top of the tier. It has some words on it, but you probably have to get a little bit closer to be able to see what the words say.
Nothing to be lit though.
No, but you don't see any. If there's maybe if you
Are there candles on the cake?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing.
no, there's no candles on the cake, but you'd have to actually look inside. You know, like maybe if you could open the door if it's not locked,
Or stick your little gnome head through the bars.
because there might be a lantern on the inside.
Yeah, there might.
Wall.
Just stick your little
That
gnome
would
head in
normally be where they would put it.
My conscience is being really mean to me today.
Is the tissue still there? Because we can't see all the way in.
You can't, but he can see, so you
Yeah.
go ahead and remove the tissue.
Man.
You just do pretty sets, and I like looking at your sets.
Yeah.
It's empty.
And there's the cake.
Aw.
Aw. Neat. That has 4 tiers.
Don't you know that the cake is a mimic? The cake
Of
is
course
gonna
it
be.
is. Why wouldn't it be?
That'd be actually hilarious.
Well, I
So,
mean, this is a
weird
monster
monster.
place.
All right. Wob is like, I'm gonna follow the hat. That's you.
Yeah, cool.
So none of them have dark vision either.
Nope.
So they're all of you, except for Pipley, Doll, and Twig. Twig's not here.
Yep.
Is Doll still carrying the lamp?
I have the lamp attached to my belt.
All right, but you're down the other side, right?
I'm down here, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you're down the other side. So you guys don't have any light down there.
That's cool. Yeah, I know. I'm hiding, waiting. Shush. They'll come around in a sec. Shush, they'll be around in a sec. I'm waiting for the light sources to draw attention,
Okay.
so that way I will be able to actually do something.
So I mean, we have the light globe in Polaris's dolphin skull.
He
Right.
has a lantern.
Yep.
I
That's-
gave my lantern.
I
to
guess
Doll.
it's basically directional.
It's been pointed for. Now
Yeah.
it's not a light globe. Now it's just 2 little.
Right. So it's just directional.
Well,
Yep.
there's 4. There's 2.
I'm whispering to Polaris. All right, so I know you don't understand hand signals as well as I do. Figaro was just telling me that there's 2 enemies on the far side of this
Figaro went the
cavern.
other way.
I know.
Okay.
Figaro told me there's 2 enemies on the far side of the cavern and 2 enemies closer to us.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't
So
speak thieves' cat.
Should we go fight those or should we fight our?
We should fight the ones closest to us, and then she took her little team, and
She to he.
he
It's
took.
the hat.
I know it's the
It's
damn hat.
confusing.
You turn
Plus, I'm gonna be honest, he's a bit of a
I know.
yeah.
back. You guys turn back around. I'm right there.
You're a he, right?
I am.
Okay, good to know.
I think no,
I
they're
am.
both.
That's not true.
They can like breed like plants.
No.
They
Well,
Teleport. They don't have eyes, and now they are both. All right, we need to focus on the task at hand.
What's the tactic?
We are gonna go through these doors. There's gonna be 2 enemies closest to us.
Okay.
Figaro and his team are gonna take out the 2 on the far side of the cavern.
All right.
All right, we ready? 3.
Oh, wait. Who's on Figaro?
Whoever's not here right now.
That's Wob.
That's the rogues. Do I get the rogue
Renee.
squad and the mage?
Fellows.
Now, fellas is with us.
Hugo.
I'll take rogue squad, and then you guys
Travis.
are over there.
who are these people you're talking about?
We're getting a little too loud. Let's just everybody
said everyone
we have
that's
right
not
now.
with us.
Let's do it. 3.
That he doesn't mean like
2.
everyone in the world.
I'm going in.
You guys are like shouting this from
No, we're whispering. And the note right there.
That's right. You were okay.
Oh shit!
I am not hanging
I
out
pushed too
away
hard
from
on the
the big
gate and it
guys
broke
for a
off.
He said it was almost off the hinges.
If I hang out with Figaro, I'm
Apparently he was
Do you
right.
go in or do you just kick the door? And
I'm
stop?
going in.
He's going in.
Oh God!
I'm following.
And
Hello.
So at that point, everyone on the other side can kind of see the light, the beams of light, and the light that's kind of jiggling on the hip of Doll, just kind of flipping around like a strobe. So it's you're seeing pieces and parts as things are moving quickly. You don't see any of you as you're looking in there. The creatures as he described earlier, but you do see a body that looks mostly eaten on the other side of the little stream.
After a moment of bursting in, shielded and sword at the ready, I'm just looking around.
You know, if you keep letting them get killed like that, we're never getting paid.
And the stench of fish in here, the rotten fish, is just repugnant.
I may have misunderstood what Figaro said.
I ate a can of bad fish one time. It sounds like this.
Task at hand, Polaris. I'm gonna walk forward carefully, looking around.
Okay.
I'm going to just test the door just to see if this door is locked. I'm going to try to do it in a way that won't creak any hinges.
so
All right, you can roll a stealth.
worried here. So they're just trying to get
Oh,
in.
good. That is a 21.
Okay, so as you try and open the door, just test it to see if it will open. You find out right away that it's locked,
Okay, cool.
and it appears to be in good shape. And so you just kind of like clunk, as you're unable to. And there's a latch where it looks like a key, could possibly be put in to unlock it, but it's barred pretty tightly.
Cool.
And
As
undamaged.
the light source gets close enough, because I assume Dahl is getting closer. Like, at the point where I could see with the light source when Dahl gets close enough, I'll try to pick the lock with hoping to get one of our hirelings to help, because all of our hirelings are thieves.
Okay, so I mean, you would normally be at disadvantage with the light, precarious light, but with the help, that would kind of give you a straight roll.
I'll help, says Wob.
Okay.
Cool.
As you're doing that, something else is happening inside the chamber.
Cool.
And so you can go ahead and do that, but something is still happening.
I'll roll my roll and
When
then
you
the
said
thing
his
will
arm was
happen.
aiming off, you just mean the hand and the staff, or a whole lot?
Crit.
Oh,
Oh, you crit. Wow, nice.
So it's open and somehow the hinges automatically oil themselves.
What did you roll the lock pit?
I
lock
rolled
pick,
it,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so you're able to open the lock. You hear the latch release, but as you're doing that,
Yeah, I figured this is when things will happen.
yeah, some things are
God
happening.
appears.
As a strange creature comes bursting out from behind this column toward Polaris. Another one, 5, 10, 15, coming straight up to Polaris on this side.
what the hell?
And
Oh, there were actually 4?
I did understand.
yeah,
I'm better at thieves' camp than I thought.
Oh, dog.
another one coming up on behind here. Right at the doll in this square. Okay. And the slavering, toothy maws, and the stench of these things is just incredibly repugnant as they come rushing up. What you're looking at are these loathsome humanoids that are just covered in filth. As they get close to you, you can see the grime and the oil secretions that are coming off produced by their bodies. And everything on the other side of the water, which is actually, to those that can actually see in the water, clear and clean looking. It looks like almost a foul debris field on the other side, mostly of like fish bones and other discarded items. The body is over there that looks almost completely denuded of any sinew and skin, and the bone has been stripped, and you can see the marks from the teeth puncturing into him. And they're just coming up in a frenzy. Almost toad-like looking, fish-like looking, these creatures are. You probably guess what they are, but may not necessarily know. In any case, roll for initiative.
I call them Trogahawagans.
Fuck.
So it's happening at the same time you're opening that lock.
Frontman.
Does that mean that my turn is skipped this round, or like that this is what I'm doing this round, or?
No, we're going to get into initiative.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Another
so everything will be on initiative at this point.
Cool.
It's because they came rushing forward, but it wasn't. It was kind of like a surprise round as they came rushing forward.
Cool.
All right, so go ahead and
anybody over 20?
Anybody over 15?
17.
Renee got a 19.
Polaris
19 on Renee.
and Wob is 4.
Wob is
wait on
4.
Wob.
And what was Polaris? 17?
Yes.
Okay. So anybody else over 15?
Over 15. Figaro got a 16.
Okay. Figaro 16. Over 10. Nobody. Fellows, Tubbs,
What are you
Pipley, Dell.
Dog got a 9 and Fellows got an 8.
Okay.
Tubbs also got a 9. He has a dex of 15.
Okay.
You definitely
and
go first.
What'd Pipley get?
6.
Okay. That's all of you, right? Okay.
That's a real 60 number.
So it's Tubbs, Dow, then Fellows. You got that right?
Just because Tubbs had the higher dex.
All right, let me check this side of things. Yeah, so the only thing that's going to happen initially is anybody within 5 feet of these things is going to have to make a Constitution save.
What?
I know,
Why?
it's awful.
Oh, thank God I'm over here. My con shit.
24.
Yeah,
He smells almost as bad as me, but not quite.
Okay, so let me get you guys into initiative order. Okay.
CQ8. Knocked out. I don't shout.
Bunch of you guys now. Holy shit.
You know, you could kill off some of these
I
hirelings.
might.
You
Yeah,
told us to
it's still
hire
up.
hirelings.
Well, you gave us
them
higher.
entirely. Yeah, I gave them to us.
Gave them to you. Okay, so the creature that charged Polaris is going to be at the top of the order, and then we're going to have Renee, and then we're going to have Polaris, and then we're going to have Figaro, and then we're going to have another creature, and then we're going to have Tubbs or with the Tubbs or Dally goes.
Tubbs, Dell,
Okay.
then Fellows.
All right, so then it's going to be Tubbs, Dal, Creature, Fellows. Okay, Tubbs, Fellows, Dal, and then we're gonna, and then after them it's going to be Hipley, Creature, and Wob. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, so the creature that just rushed up to Polaris.
Did you find your original name? Or was that different?
No, I found it.
You did find. Okay, I was about to say. I was like, that looks a lot like the original.
That's gonna make a strike against you. It's gonna attempt to claw at you with a bite and in his claws. So let's see
Not
how,
a fan.
how it
That
does.
seems to kill.
Didn't roll real well, as both the claws miss, I'm sure. The bite, however, a dirty 20.
That will hit.
Okay, so with the bite, you take 4 points of piercing damage, and all right, you won't have to make the con save until we get to your turn. So that's going to bring up Renee.
Renee is going to, one sec, Renee's going to stand up and start counting some squares. Okay, so Renee, I think, is the one with 2 swords, so she's going to pop out, see that her guy, like the hireling's in trouble, so she's going to pop out, she's going to shoot that guy with the hand crossbow. So I'll roll to hit.
All right.
Did she just call me a hireling?
No, she's a hireling for you. That's what I was trying to word. I can word good, I swear.
You better stay in your lane, girl.
Hit, I think. That's a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Cool. And then sneak attacks, there's an ally.
That's the one on Dahl?
5 feet, the one on Dahl, yeah.
Okay.
That is it a d6? Cool. Ooh, that's some nice numbers. Can I do math? Yes, I can. That is 19 points of damage.
19. And what did you hit it with?
Hand crossbow.
Okay, so hand crossbow. You watch as the bolt goes through its back, burst out its chest, as the stench of the blood and guts go flying forward onto Dahl.
Yep, onto Dahl.
All over you, just covered in this fishy, oily, grimy mess of a creature, and it just howls "Arr!" and falls to the ground.
All right.
Just watch it collapse.
Well, nice shot.
And then, since, she's a rogue, bonus action, hide in the alcove.
Okay, if yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth. Okay, so is that it for Renee? It's going to bring
Yeah.
up Polaris.
Oh, also, she is not hidden.
No,
That's a 10.
okay,
Oh, sorry, a 9.
a 9. Okay, well, Polaris, what's Polaris going to do? You got 2 of them. At the start of your turn, you need to roll a con save.
Is this for
The bite?
disease or poison?
Poison,
All right.
technically. And you have
Okay.
2 of them next to you, right? Within 5 feet?
That would be a natural 20.
Okay, and then the next one. So the nauseating sickness that comes over you just dissipates immediately.
As you flex your oath.
The other one is an 8.
An 8. That one catches. And so you feel the sickness of their awful stench. However, since your first roll was a 20, it was successful, which means you're immune to the stench for an hour.
Nice.
So the second roll, even though you failed, didn't matter because you didn't need to roll it anyway.
Nice.
So it's nauseating, but it's not affecting you. Okay, so what's Polaris going to do?
So I'm going to roll a d20 and fail.
Are you going to try and hit it?
I am. I guess the one that's right in front of me,
Okay.
since he just tried to hit me, or did hit me. I actually hit with my axe. Yay!
The most disgusting creature you possibly could.
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah. Are you gonna smite?
23 hits, I'm assuming.
Yep,
Is what
sure
you do
does.
First.
Number 2. Okay.
2. I only did 4 points damage.
Okay, 4 points on that guy. He's still up. You got the reeking mess on your axe now.
Well, unfortunately, I only get 1 attack, so... can you cast a bonus cantrip? Or a spell that's a bonus action when
If
you've
it's
already
a-
done
if
an
it-
action?
if it's
It's not a cantrip.
Oh, I
It's
don't
a spell that's a bonus
no,
action.
it has to be an action.
All right.
If the spell is a bonus action?
It's a spell that's a bonus action.
Oh, you have a spell that's a bonus action?
Yes.
Oh, then yeah.
Okay, Shield of Faith. I'm going to cast on myself.
I thought you were asking, can I cast a spell as a bonus action?
No.
Only if it has the casting time of 1 bonus action.
Okay.
You got it. Shield of Faith?
Yep.
All right.
Gives me a +2 to my AC.
How long
Gotcha.
does that last?
10 minutes.
Figaro.
Nice.
What's Figaro doing?
Figaro sees some shit's going down. Doesn't want to get too close. He's gonna start counting squares again. That's 1. About there. Cool. So Figaro's going to use 1.
So keep in mind, the only light you have is through Olson's skull and the lantern on the hip of Dahl.
Yeah, that's cool because they're being perfectly illuminated by the lantern.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I gave it to the melee character. Card the one directly in front of Polaris.
Okay.
Not sharpshooter, just
The one that you see.
The one I hitted.
yeah, the
Yep.
one that you hit. I'm just gonna hit because. Good thing I didn't do sharpshooter. That's 14.
14 hits.
Whew.
You're dealing with natural armor here, and it's a little bit squishy, as you can tell. I mean, from the bolt that you just.
Oh, cool. Max damage. Can I do math? Yes, that's 16
16 with the card.
with a card.
Okay, so as you throw your
Slash
card,
damage.
watch as this thing, it hits it in the neck, severing the jugular, slicing through, and watching the blood spurt everywhere as it begins to collapse.
Do I
onto the
spray
ground.
it particularly on Polaris and
Oh,
its nice shiny
It's
armor?
all over. Even Dow gets some of it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Polaris has a half clean skull on his shoulder. He's not really concerned about blood.
And then
It's just that it hadn't seen it.
Figaro's going to like lean against the wall to try to get some cover from the one directly behind Polaris.
You can roll as long as there's no
Box.
direct line of sight. Whatever
I'm
has
trying to,
direct
like,
line of sight,
duck
you can't
back.
hide in plain sight unless you have the feet.
Yeah, I'm trying to like duck back into this little alcove to get like line of
Well, you know what? You're not illuminated by light, so in theory, you might be out of sight.
I don't know
In
if they have.
theory.
Yeah,
Maybe, unless they have dark vision.
They
You can still roll. You can still roll stealth.
I can still roll.
We don't know.
Okay,
Yeah,
Tubbs.
We're in here eating.
Cool.
Let's go bring up
around.
Tubbs.
Maybe they just smelled it.
It's 15 if you care.
Okay. No, you can roll it, and then I'll ask you if I
Yeah,
need
cool.
it. Just keep it,
Might want to see how deep that is before you
I
do
know,
that.
I can't even see where I'm putting them. But, would I even be able to get a line of sight for a crossbow with you standing in front of?
There's gonna be cover. What are you
Well,
trying to
this
hit?
one's dead.
Yeah,
don't
so
go
the one
around.
behind him would be who Tubbsy gets to take a shot at. 3/4, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He'll go for it.
Okay.
I disagree. I mean, that's my square, but this square is directly in front of him. Would lead over there.
Yeah, there's still going to be some cover. You can go ahead and make an attack.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1.
21.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you should have rolled a 1.
That would have really wanted.
Would have went right into Olson's face.
8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, 8 points,
you
and
can
that's
sneak
on
attack.
the one that was behind
Oh, back.
Polaris.
Sneak attack, right? Because
Yeah.
Polaris
from
is-
Tubbs?
Yeah, that's
If
one.
he
too.
has that, does he have that on the sheet?
He's a spy.
They're
Yeah.
all
The
the
rogue.
same.
No, but it has to be on the sheet.
Yes, it is. It
Okay.
is on the sheet.
Yeah.
2d6. So another 9. So 8, 9, 17 points of piercing.
70. What are you hitting with? Bolt?
And crossbow, yeah.
Okay, so again, like what Renee did earlier, you guys are deadly with your crossbows,
Finally earned their
bursting out his chest, and the thing just howls and crumples to the ground. So another one down.
This one.
Yep.
Well, there we go, killing everything in here.
I haven't moved yet.
There's no way to.
Hey, well, the sea serpent's probably still alive.
Big and
Figaro, there's still one more. We only got 3.
Is that it for Figaro?
Only clock 2.
Or no, that's Tubbs. After Tubbs is Doll.
Doll stands there
Uh,
seeing no
see
more.
if you could spot another one. I could only make out 2 for sure, but there were maybe some in the
Well,
shadows.
some of them came around across here. Difficult terrain for the water.
Yep, unless you.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll get to the other side right there by the pillar.
And remember that he has illumination.
Okay.
It-
Anything else?
I'll just look around carefully, and then if nothing jumps out at me, I'll look at that body right in front of me.
Okay. Looking down at the body, you can see that it's obviously mangled fiercely, just viciously. Again, not much left to it. You can investigate it if you have an action.
I do. On my investigation, I got a 9
Okay.
minus 1. I'm not.
It's
I'm
such
not
a
smart.
mess that you don't really find anything, but you get the impression based on what's left of the clothing that he's wearing, and if it was a he, that it wasn't a. There's no elements of armor, so it probably wasn't a guard. It's definitely not a dwarf. It looks like a human, just based on the skeletal structure that's left. It could. I mean, it's tunic and what
May I go and see it?
on your
We're in
turn.
initiative order.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I forgot we were in.
And you can't cross that water.
It doesn't look like he's wearing robes like you might see a wizard typically wearing. Tunic and breeches, boots, what are left of him. Maybe a trainer, maybe.
Is there anything I'd like? Anything that looks unique?
With
Besides,
your roll, nope. It's a lot of blood, a lot of guts.
I got a dead human person over here.
My way.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out, there might be more.
And it's at that moment that 2 more jump out
Oh
of the
God!
shadows.
Damn it, Figaro, you miscounted.
Rush upon Doll.
Don't forget
Down
you,
from here.
you got one hiding over here too.
An extra one if I need him.
If I need it.
Okay. So it's their initiative turn. They just ran out and they are attacking. 2 claws and a bite against Doll from 1. 2014. No. 22, 16, and a 12.
All right, that 22 will hit, but I will redirect it to its friend.
Really?
Nice.
You bastard. Okay. All right. I see how you roll. Okay.
didn't
The
even
other
roll,
one,
it was
gets
just
angry. Angry as he swipes and misdirects, clawing at the other one, drawing blood from it. But the other one was in mid-attack. It's annoyed and pissed. But an 18, a 19, and a 6.
19 will hit.
Okay. So a rake from the claw
they get 3
does 6
attacks?
points of slashing damage.
How much?
6 points of slashing damage,
Non-magical?
non-magical,
Good to know.
and then it just kind of glares at its companion. And that's going to be it for them. That's going to bring up Fellows with Pipley on deck.
Reduce magic.
I reduce non-magic.
Hey, fellows, what you gonna do?
Oh, friends!
Assuming at least get to like here.
Oh, there are still enemies. Oh, good. That's how I timed it. Firebolts towards the one in front of Dal with cover. Probably will miss with a 9.
Yes, that misses. So it hits the
cover,
cavern
cover
wall.
didn't matter. Quickly! Across the river, there's 2 more! And he's gonna hide behind that door.
Okay, and that's going to bring up Pipley with
Move to this side of the big man. I'm gonna pull out that bottle of wine that I took earlier,
okay.
toss it up in the air, and then swing my staff at it. Cast catapult.
Okay,
Shoot that
all right,
bottle of
yeah.
wine, don't hurt the other one.
All right, he goes rocketing off toward it. The one on his right or left?
The left.
Okay,
Except that's only a 13.
that hits.
Yes. I'm ready.
You see the bottle of wine
Yeah, dude.
impact the
That's
creature.
why I picked it up earlier.
I love catapult. I've never once managed to hit.
It does a little bit of damage.
The catapult does great damage. Pain in the ass to get to hit right.
That is 15 points of wine damage.
Wine damage. So the bottle impacts the creature on the head, and you watch as it just kind of caves in his skull, and he can't even scream before his eyes just roll up in the back of his head, and he falls dead immediately.
Sorry.
Whoops!
No, you're good.
And the bottle, just for shits and giggles, hits the ground and isn't intact. It is intact, so it's still in good shape in case you want to retrieve it. Okay, is that it from Pipley?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, am I missing somebody? I thought I had another guy out here.
No, the only 2 popped out and attacked me. Everything else was
Yep, you guys killed 3. Okay, all right. And that's Bob. Bob is at the end of the turn order.
Okay, Wob is gonna come in the door. Yay. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, that will put him in the water. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll be at the other side of the water, and he will shoot that one in the back with a crossbow.
Okay, there goes Wob with his crossbow.
Come on, Wob. Oh. Wob rolls. What's that? Wob rolled a natural 1.
Oh, I was hoping that was a 7.
Oh no!
Hey,
No,
Del,
no.
Hey, Del, what's your AC?
Roll the d30, sir.
But Dal's got cover. He's fine.
He's still a critical fail.
30.
Oh, shit.
30.
Natural 30.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Intense shame and embarrassment
He exploded.
at your failed shot.
Does he have a stroke and
Feeble
die?
move. You have disadvantage on attacks and ability checks until the end of your next turn.
All right.
Makes sense. All of your hirelings were able to do it, except you.
So disadvantage until the end of his next turn. Okay, except for Wob, back at the top of the turn order, we have Renee Polaris on deck. There is just one on Dal. What are you doing?
The river is it 5 or 10? Is it 10 or 15 across?
It's 15 across total,
Okay.
at least. Maybe with the rocks, maybe 20. But
It's 80 feet.
Cool. Then since
I think
that,
it's four squares, so yeah, 20 feet, rock to rock, and edge to edge.
so since the monster over there is exactly 30 feet away, she's going to take her hand crossbow out, and
Okay.
she's going to shoot it.
All right. And no, it didn't look like you have cover, so
No, it's a straight roll.
yep.
And that is... What do I have to this again? That is a 16.
16 hits.
Cool. Sneak attack, because
Lord.
doll.
Why the fuck did I give you guys a whole bunch of roguish
Hey!
Yeah.
sneak
Yeah.
attack
Yeah.
fucking
You gave-
followers? Oh my god. I knew I should have plussed this one up.
Oh, don't worry, I'm sure you'll fuck us up later. That is a...
I'm lulling you guys into
yeah, I'm gonna do something fucky later. Can I do math? Yes. Oh, 14.
Okay. You just wrecked this last one. And as you guys fall out of initiative, how do you want to just destroy it?
She's gonna. Well, I mean, I gave her one character trait, so she's gonna turn her head, look at Tubbs, and then look ahead, just like laser focus and shoot it right in the side of the head. So that way the blood splatter does not get on Dahl this time.
Really? So blasting out on the other side of the skull, just missing.
I like the idea that every
No.
time before Renee attacks anything, she looks at her lover and like their life together flashes before her eyes. Every single time she does anything.
And that's always what. And she always seems to hit.
Yeah.
So it works.
So somehow, none of you started your turn within these creatures' range. So you didn't. Only one that had to deal with that was Polaris.
I did too.
But the stench in here was just awful. Just absolutely awful. And it's repugnant. And of course, on top of that, you have the decaying body that looks to be a few days old at least. What do you want to do? You're in darkness for the most part, except for, Polaris and Dalar.
Well, it's like Polaris is Dahl's like 30 feet of brightness and then 30-foot radius of brightness.
No, that's not radius. This says beams.
No,
Oh,
he uses a hood lantern.
But
So.
it's on his hip belt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like,
I could unhood it.
that's up to you.
If it's hooded, then you only have 5 feet.
You're out of initiative.
Okay, then I unhooded it.
Yeah.
So,
It's
all
30
right.
feet bright, 30 foot dim.
Come on, Poppy.
It's Pipley.
All right, I'm working on it.
Come on, then.
As
I'll
I was gonna say, as you traverse, you notice it was hanging out of the back of your leg.
pick Pipley up.
You weigh nothing.
All right.
I weigh 30 pounds.
Why did we bring him over?
Can I identify the body?
Yeah. May I make an investigation check on the body?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm good at that. Well, 4. That's an 8.
8. Okay.
No, it was worth it.
Again, the body is in
Three.
awful shape. You don't find anything more than what Dahl did when he attempted to.
This is the
I don't
guy.
recognize the face though, right?
No.
Okay.
Wait, he knows. Or do you know if it's the guy or not?
It's not him.
All right. Well, that's good at
Thankfully.
least, I guess.
The eyes are missing. The nose is gone. Most of the flesh has been taken off. The fleshy parts of its head.
Like the face is destroyed, or
Yeah,
the
pretty
eyes
much.
are very cleanly like scooped out.
No,
of
no,
the
no, no,
skull.
no. It looks like something. Those
Okay.
claws.
Because I
ripped
don't
them out.
honestly know which one would be worse.
Yeah. Something has a taste for eyes down here.
Well, the
This is
animals
gross.
kind of like those things.
Yeah.
Oh, my wine.
And yeah, your bottle's there.
Put
I'll
that back for later.
I'll get closer to the body and just see. I might be able to find some keys or something on him if he was one of the guys who was brought down here the first time.
Sure. Roll investigation.
Cool, better. That is a 14.
14. Okay, that's some of the things that you're able to recover off of this body include a scarf that it must have been wearing. He must have been wearing. It appears to be male, based on your investigation. Around not in his neck, but around his waist. It's still in pretty decent condition. It's silk.
Oh.
There is, and as you bring the scarf, kind of pull it out from around his body.
It's like all those scarves tied together and like
but it's one long one, and it may have been like an emerald green at one time, but it's just covered in blood. But even through the blood and the gore and the stench of the place, you can still note the faint smell of perfume on it. And then in one pocket, deep in the gore, where the creatures hadn't found it yet, is a wedge of cheese. Just a small wedge of cheese. And then there's some coins, 3 gold, 9 silver.
That might have been the most Skyrim body you've
yeah.
A cheese wedge and 3 pieces of gold.
I pass I throw the gold at Dahl.
Can I whack the scarf a couple times with
Did she let you?
I'll help.
Yeah. How clean can I get this?
What are you doing? Trying to clean this thing?
Prestidigitation a couple times.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it's, it would probably take a few to clean it off, but you're able to eventually, after 3 or 4
That
rounds, clean it.
cheese.
Sweet.
I cast prestidigitation on the cheese to clean off the blood of
cheese?
the blood off the
all
cheese
right.
in my hand.
Sure.
Here, have some cheese. Have some blood-free cheese.
I lay on hands and heal myself.
Okay. It's something normal.
So there's something back over this way. Looked like there was a room with a birthday cake and a sign we couldn't read. Don't want to open that door unless we know what's in it.
A birthday cake?
Yeah, I know.
I guess I told her about the birthday cake.
Yeah, it was a psychic past thing happened. Like we had.
Little
You
guy, you
told
want some cheese?
I do kind of actually. Yes, please.
He told me somehow, but we're not gonna go too deep into that.
Was this birthday cake something you conjured, or was it already there?
Already.
And don't lie to me. I know how you.
Cheese?
I've heard about them tricksters.
I didn't make it. I'll eat his piece if you do.
That's the
no,
blood cheese.
I'm good. I don't
He
think
eats a
that-
lot for a little guy.
I don't think that's how bacteria works.
But you know, there's a birthday cake in the room back here. It's probably the party room.
Can you? I need you
For
to check
kids and
the
such.
sign because I couldn't read it in the dark.
All right, I'll go back out to this corridor and check the sign outside of here.
Okay.
I'm gonna say mimic or something.
Yeah.
Jump on Dull's back as he crosses the river again.
So everything's the same. There's I'll read the description again. It's a dark chamber that appears to be a break room because the several scattered chairs that are about, and then there's a high top table holding this 4-tiered frosted cake. It's got like a little bit of mold on it, and as if it's been sitting there for a while. And then there's a small sign that's planted kind of cockeyed on the table. And it has writing on it. It's dark vision, right?
To 120
Are you
feet.
using your okay?
Well, the lantern is also 30.
Well, it's only like 15, 20 feet away, right? So, what it says on the sign is the cake is a lie.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we're not going in.
Yeah. Yeah. It says the cake is a lie. So
But
I'm
it's
a-
right. It's sitting right.
I've played that game.
I
They're all
have
too
to
young.
imagine there's something
What?
wrong with it.
I reacted the minute he said it.
No.
I know what he's talking about.
I have the portal gun in my bedroom.
Yeah, what? Give me some credit.
And let's see if there's anything on that oaken door. The
Okay, moving on to the oaken door then.
other sign. We're not. No. Let's.
There's no sign on this door at all. It's just
Can
a.
you shoot the cake through the
Are you-
bars? I'm just well,
you
no,
not-
never mind. Let's not go out of our way to do that.
Are you not going in there because of a sign? That's just what they put on there to keep people from eating their cake.
The door is gated like it's an exhibit, and there's a sign saying the cake is a lie.
Is it gated like an exhibit?
There, I
Heavy
can,
It's a barred door.
Yeah.
You can see through
I
it.
can see that there are no people in there. I don't think we have any reason to go in.
Well, if it's an animal that can make itself look like
Can
a
I
cake,
make like
why couldn't it just come through the bars?
standing here on the cake? Is that
It doesn't.
What if it made itself a
You're looking
seagull?
through the bars.
We don't
Okay.
need to be in here. Let's.
Can I just roll an
Yeah,
Arcana?
Like you
go
said,
ahead.
we need to focus on the people we need to save, and I
Who
don't
said
think
that?
you did.
I did.
You said I'm drinking. You told me I'm drinking mead while we should be
Even
saving
with a
people.
+7.
Oh,
you have
no, what I
expertise?
meant was I had cheese.
No, nothing.
Did you have a stroke, Polaris?
The gnome ate all my cheese.
You gave it to me.
I gave him the.
A little
I gave him the
tangy.
wedge of cheese that was in the body. I cleaned it up. He wanted to eat it. I didn't stop
I
him.
saw the whole interaction.
I know, but I feel like you might have not believed it was real.
I think the smell in that room has infected your brains.
I just want you all to know I'm having a lovely time.
I gotta say, that thing with the wine, that was badass.
Thank you.
And the fact that
Drink
it
to
didn't
that?
shatter.
He
that
told
was
me I did a
even
good
better.
job.
The bottle of wine, yeah. Yeah, let's check out this oak door.
Okay.
Is there any writing
Can
on
I,
it?
any
There's a plaque on the door, but it hasn't been. It doesn't look like any writing or painting of image or anything has been done on it yet.
No.
Can I hear if there's anything through that door?
Yeah, you can listen at the door.
Cool.
Roll perception.
Thank
You
you.
ever fireball the cake?
No, I can't
Leave it
hear
alone.
it.
We
It's
want
a
not
thick
to go
oaken
find
door.
It is. It is a thick oaken door.
All right, I'm opening it.
Nope. Before you do that, I am off to the side, like usual. I am not in the direct path of an open door.
Or do you want to take point on this one, Polaris? You're looking better.
It's door.
We don't know what's beyond the door.
Oh, okay. Polaris will open the door.
There you go.
Okay. So as you open the door, you see in front of you a small chamber that contains a single wooden table at the back of the room with 4 aquariums placed on top. 3 of the aquariums are filled with water and one contains a few inches of sand. Standing next to the table
Oh,
are what appear to be 2 bloated orcs. wearing hide armor and armed with swords that stare back at you. And as the door opens, they begin to drift toward you.
Drift towards me?
What the hell is drift me? Are they floating?
It's just what they're doing. They're drifting.
Wait, you didn't.
Not like those fancy cars and the. But it's a drifting.
Are they floating,
I have a
drifting?
They're
question.
moving towards you very slowly, almost bobbing. Yes.
Can I?
I'll pull the door shut.
Yeah.
Say, there's orcs in there.
Would I be able to roll an intelligence check to see if I can have my character think what I'm thinking and say it?
But they
Okay.
act funny.
That's pretty
It's a
good.
16.
That is a D30.
I think they're balloons.
Okay.
I want to run behind you and say, wait! I think they're very they might just be party balloons.
They're just moving slowly in your direction.
I shut the door.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. Not a,
That's fair. I just,
I didn't see them. Do they look alive?
Well, this is D&D world, so I've never heard of a balloon.
would they exist?
I don't know. What a
Balloons?
No.
Okay.
There's no helium. I mean, there'd be like a bladder or something. It'd be
It
filled
might-
with air or whatever.
You just said they're orcs. Were they wearing
I
armor?
don't know. We were just by a party
Well,
room. I thought might have been
Yes,
the same.
but they were floating.
I swear
like
I have a good
ghosts,
intelligence.
But they didn't look like
I guess
ghosts.
it could be magical things floating. It could
No,
be
that's fair.
Thought
Though.
of that
They
way.
wouldn't exist.
Think about
floating
like
like
if,
ghosts.
think about if I threw you in the river. Remember that time I threw you in the river?
Yeah.
And then I pushed you, and you just kind of like bobbed along in the river. That's what they were doing.
Okay.
But there was
You're
no
telling
river.
that story a very wrong way, and I ran in to save you when you were drowning, and then you totally manipulated the story to make yourself less
It's
embarrassed.
probably still moving towards the door.
Yeah, let's just leave the door
Well,
closed.
I've got
Yeah, he
it
closed
shut.
the door.
No, I know.
But
I'm just,
All right.
Yep,
you know,
let's-
and as you guys are having this conversation, you hear this thunk. As if
Yeah.
something just lightly impacted the
Are we
inside of the door.
discovering balloons? Is that how it's happening?
I don't know. 8 feet down the hall. Are you going to come up and open the door and find out?
I'm not gonna open the door, but I'll come down the hall.
Let's move on.
Yep. We could go into the snake room, or we could go into that other door
Well,
that you
if
mentioned.
they're orcs, they might have treasure. Orcs don't count as monsters we gotta save.
If he has them blocked off in a room, he probably wants to keep these.
Well, there was some fish tanks on the table. Maybe that's what he wants to save, and these orcs were trying to eat his fish, and we'd be doing him a favor.
We're trying to save people. Polaris, please focus. God,
he
don't
also
make me the voice of reason.
He also said don't kill the creatures. So what if these orcs are killing his fish?
Okay, so the next room.
Polaris, I'm going to let you use your judgment on that one, but I do think Figaro is right, and we should probably move to the next room. They ain't hurting us.
Fish.
Did I see any people
snake
in that
or
room?
gated room?
When I opened it?
You saw works. You saw a
I
table.
think
you
we should
saw
look through and
fish
see
tanks.
what's through there.
fish tanks.
All right, we'll keep going.
Okay. Where do you want to go to?
But I will look wistfully back at the door as we pass it.
Wait, what'd you see? Sorry. I just,
Wistfully.
oh, yeah.
Like he
The only other
wants
door
to go to the
is,
door.
is that one across from the.
We're gonna go check out what's through here without opening it. Just peek inside.
Okay, the bar. It's a bar, another bar door, and I'm looking in. There's no light coming from within. So, looking into, they're through the bars.
Yeah,
You can see what appears to be
What's
another
in there?
a corridor going right and left. So basically, there's a wall in front of you, 10 feet away, with a corridor. You know, that there's a corridor going right and left.
Standing there with a bright light shining through the bars, Polaris will turn and whisper to you guys so as not to be noticed. It's a hallway.
Yeah, cool.
All right, it's up to you guys. Do we explore the hallway or do we go back to where the serpent
I
door?
don't want to deal with that snake.
Yeah,
We should go to the fish tank.
What was in there?
I
Orcs.
I am curious about what they were.
If they were orcs, then how come they didn't open the door?
I agree they might not be a threat. I'm just curious.
If you guys really want to go back and check out the orc thing, Balams, whatever you call them,
I don't remember.
Listen, orcs were put on this planet to do evil. It's our job to wipe evil from the face of the planet.
I got us a 20% markup from an orc that sold weapons.
When did you do that?
A few days ago when I was
yeah,
selling our shields and
But yeah,
weapons.
that was then though.
It's still an orc. Okay,
But that was a different orc.
if you two want
These
to,
are fish
let's
tank
just go back and I don't think they're gonna drop this.
Yeah,
big
why
time.
don't you two go back and take a look? I'm gonna
I
go
think
see
they've
if
got-
this door is locked.
I think they've got treasure.
The bar
now.
door?
Yeah.
go for it, buddy?
It's not.
We haven't made
Okay,
a lot
cool.
of money.
What? Your name was Tubbs, right? Tubbs, would you open that door for us?
It's Yeah. Okay, school.
You're at the bar door. You know
We're
it's
splitting the
unlocked.
party.
We're gonna split
We'll
the.
move everybody to
splitting
where
the
everybody's
NPCs.
going.
All right. Wob is down here with me.
And Poppy. I'm doing it on purpose.
Oh, I know.
Where'd Figaro go? Which door?
And
I'm gonna say like.
Or which door is Dell at?
Doll is at the door with Figaro.
While
Okay.
they're
And
fucking
Fellows.
around, I say to you, while they're fucking around, I'll stay next to you and do a bit of exploration. I can crack the door, have the bird fly,
Fellows
have
is down
the
here.
and follow.
All right. I'll
Who's that
watch
right
your
there?
body.
Who's that?
Cool.
This is Renee.
I just
No, no,
hook my arm around
This
your
is
arm.
Tubbs,
Okay.
who I would like.
And I'll have Fellows hook your other side.
If he listens to me, I'm not a hired guy. I'm a
So
new
if you
person.
want to go close to
I
them,
don't have
that's
to listen
fine.
to me tell him to do.
Well, generally hirelings are not going to do
He probably just
anything
used to do it,
suicidal,
whatever.
No, yeah, I know.
Well,
Okay.
they did come down here.
Tubbs,
but they're with you.
you're gonna open that door for me,
All right.
and then I'm gonna fight those orcs.
Okay.
Doll,
All I gotta do is open the door.
I'm fighting orcs without you because you're afraid of 2 orcs.
We were supposed to leave. All right.
Orcs aren't menageries.
Since Tubbs believes he's only opening the door and
Cappers.
Polaris is fighting, that's not a suicidal act.
No.
Tubbs will open the door.
I mean, as far as he knows, he's opened the door to attack
Yep.
an orc. I mean, it's pretty
And
simple.
I'm getting
Weird
my
orcs.
axe ready in case there's a bloated, drifting orc inside the door when he opens it.
Okay, so Tubbs opens the door,
Their own.
and as he does so, opens the door, like literally right as he's opening the door, coming through the door with him, just coming through the door, as he opens it, is one of the bloated orcs.
I swing my axe.
Okay, make an attack.
9.
9, okay.
Yeah. Describe how he misses.
You miss. You hit the edge of the wall. You're like, oh shit, ching. Hit the edge of the wall, glances off.
You look at your axe, you see how dirty it is, and you're like, I don't want to get this dirty.
So, I mean, the only other person standing there is Tubbs with the door open.
No,
Just-
Wob's there too.
Okay, so.
I'd shoot
but
it,
is
but
Wa-
I'm
but
afraid
in Wobb's
it's
on the
gonna,
other
like,
side?
pop or something.
Does he have an actual? Does he? Oh, let me put the creature there.
Tubbs
Yeah.
can't do anything because he opened the door, right?
No, it's free action. Open the door.
Oh, so then
That's huge.
Tubbs will swing at him.
Yeah, there's a big bloated thing that just came through the door. So literally, I mean, you're here.
Does a-
Yeah.
does a
Where's
15 hit?
Wob?
I don't know. I can't see over this wall.
Okay, so
Oh, gross.
so this thing's coming through here. It just came through. You guys
All right.
missed it. So the only people that really get an attack on it is Polaris and
Tubbs?
Yeah.
Does a 15 hit?
15. Yes, it does. And as Tubbs strikes the thing,
The balloon pups.
That's yeah.
you watch as the entire creature just explodes. And the only people that are within
back
10 feet of it are going to be Polaris and Tubbs. So both you guys need to make a dex save.
Wob would be within 10 feet.
Is he? Okay. So the three of you need to make a dex save. But as the first one explodes, then the one right behind it explodes.
Uh-oh.
As shrapnel goes into it. Parts of what look like fleshy body goes into the second one. They both explode. But Wob,
I think would be protected by a wall from the second
yes,
one.
except for Polaris. So Polaris is the only one that would not be protected by the wall. So he'll have to make 2 dex saves. The other 2 just 1 dex save.
Tubbs
Wob's
got,
dex save was a 18.
Tubbs got an 11.
Okay, all right. 11. Okay, 11 fails. Tubbs takes 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Needs to make a save versus poison.
Polaris's first dex save,
19.
natural 20.
Wow, saves on that one.
Second one, not so good. A 4.
A 4, okay. So you need to make a con save. So what did you get?
19.
19, okay. So another one. You're like
As
You're
we all
natural
get covered in viscera and
I
everything,
got new dice tonight.
Tubbs will turn around and look at you and go, you know,
you're
We should've left
all
these
3 of
too
you
long.
are covered in this yellow in these yellow spores. Just absolutely covered in them. Failing
Con save.
the con save, you're feeling a little ill, but right now, it's not affecting you as far as you can tell.
Am I feeling poison ill or disease ill?
I can see them,
He
right?
said poison.
Right now, you're feeling
Well,
poison.
first he said poison, but then he said make a con save.
Okay.
Can I try to prestidigitate them off of his body? No, it's not
If you
right.
want, I mean, we're out of initiative at these things. That they both
I will
exploded.
go 10 feet from him and see if with prestidigitation I can just knock him off of his armor
Like clean
and
them
his
off.
body.
Yeah, I mean, you did, what, a foot at a time. I mean, sure. It cleans the spores off.
How do you feel now?
It's just basically like dust, yellow dust, pollen.
Better.
really?
Well,
Yeah, so you're feeling a little nauseous and sick, but you're not. It's not affecting any of your
It's gonna be like a chest burst.
abilities at this point.
We've lost two. We're gonna lose them.
Yeah,
All right, let's go back to everybody else.
because you guys are like the freaking Steve Irwin of D&D. You just gotta poke it.
Are you gonna check out the room now that you've triggered the trap?
You going in the room?
yeah, I'm going in the room. I just almost died before it.
Okay. All right. So
Is there any treasure?
as you walk in, you see that table. It's got the 3
Fish tanks?
aquariums on it. The first one appears to be
I'm not reaching into
normal,
the
a normal
aquariums.
gar inside the aquarium. A gar fish inside the aquarium. It looks. Do you have any fish, sailing, fisherman
proficiency?
background?
Yep.
What's your background?
Proficiencies.
Sailing?
No.
Okay. So no, it just looks like a little fish. You don't even know what kind of fish it is, probably. The second one has what
I've
appears-
probably been fishing.
But a gar? Crab. There's a crab in the other one. Then in the third one is a crayfish, and the fourth one is a pike. But they're all really small.
All right. There's fish.
Leave him alone.
That's great. You both did really well.
Is there anything else in there?
That's it. That's
Oh.
it. Oh, I mean, aside from the pollen or the
Yeah.
spores that are over everything,
I'll come out.
and the
probably
fleshy
should go in there.
orc pieces.
Yep. Figaro's still kind of zonked out, so I
Yeah.
can't really do anything right now.
What happened to Figaro?
He's doing that thing where his eyes roll back in his head and the bird's flying around.
You can just poke him and bring him out of it. It's funny because then you can just say, I didn't really need you.
He's doing his thing.
All right.
So meanwhile,
Yes, so you were at the gate.
In the other town.
yeah, I was at the gate, cracked it open. I bonus action can control my mage hand, and action can look through the eyes of my familiar and have it fly around. So I'm going. I can do 2 things at once.
Okay, so what's the mage hand
Can you
doing?
control a mage
The
hand
mage
while
hand-
under the influence of?
It doesn't say you can't.
Well, when you go under that, don't you get? Are you incapacitated?
If it's
not
concentration-
blinded and deafened. It doesn't say. I don't think it is concentration because of mage hand ledgerment shit.
Yes, as long as it's not concentration. it
Oh
shouldn't
yeah,
be.
it's not concentration.
Okay, so what are you doing with the mage hand?
I'm having it hold the lantern so
Oh,
that way
okay.
my raven can see.
Okay, so the mage hand with the raven.
Yeah,
Holding the-
the lantern is gonna hover. It's gonna be a bit behind. It's gonna be like a bit behind or up with the
Okay,
raven.
so the score goes right and left. Which way are you going to go?
Right.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Going right, it immediately curves around to the left, and as it does so, you see it kind of opens up into a slightly larger chamber, but it's just more like a larger corridor, where you note that there is a couple of benches that are set against the wall, and then there's an oak door, and then the corridor continues around the corner where the oak door is, but whereas everything else that you've seen so far in here has been like chiseled out of the rock, and it's all very rough and worked stone. This, where the door is like a finished wall, and the corner that the corridor goes around is also a finished wall, like bricks, stone that has been cut and sanded and then constructed to create these 2 walls, one with the door in it. The corridor goes on around and off into the darkness.
So I'm basically just gonna say like do a quick little
That's
tour
on the page.
around. So I'm like Looks like a big corridor down that hallway towards the right. There's a large corridor. Looks like the walls are finished and the door is done. Looks like there's one path that leads to the left. I'm going to do a quick little check to see if there's anything interesting down there. I have not seen any bodies or sign of life or death.
As you get down to the corner where the corridor goes around, the corner where the door is, to the left, on the left side of that corridor, which is the rough hewn part of it, there is like an unfinished opening, as if they were building, the opening to a doorway, but it's unfinished. But it's big enough that you could walk through, a man-sized creature could walk through, or it is dark inside. It looks like there's this small chamber inside, and there's a couple of, just as you're passing or hovering there for a moment, there's a few crates inside that don't appear opened, and then it looks like within that small chamber is another partially constructed doorway in the process of being constructed doorway that's also large enough that you could walk through or fly through into another small chamber beyond. You'd have to go into the first chamber to see into the second chamber.
Describe that setup. How big would you say that chamber is?
It's 10 by 10 roughly, the first one on the left.
So I'm gonna have the mage hand go in first and have it set the lantern on like one of those crates,
Okay.
and then have the bird fly in like a high ground, like not touch the ground, just like doing a little high arc around the top of the room, like a bird that got trapped inside of a room and it thinks that it could get out by flying up in the corners.
Okay.
So
Well,
go inside the room towards the roof.
Yeah, so the ceiling here is only about 6.5 feet high. It's like a room that's not completely finished yet. And then there's that second opening, within the chamber that looks like an unfinished doorway. There's no door there, it's just like an opening, rough opening to the second little chamber. The light kind of spills inside, and you can see that there's some barrels. One looks like it's been busted open, and there's some kind of a cereal or animal food that is spilling out of it, and then there's 3 other barrels that are sealed still.
Does my raven hear anything?
Roll perception.
Cool. I'm just seeing if I can hear signs of life.
Should I poke him?
Don't you fucking dare right now.
You got it. And then as I'm watching the floating lantern and the bird go that way again in Figaro.
Well, you can't see it because it's right.
Huh? Well, no, I'm saying
Oh, yeah.
like from one side to the other when it crosses the doorway. I'm just sort of looking at Figaro and like, tell me again how magic isn't real.
Yeah,
You said magic's
I
not
hear
real.
jack shit about what you're saying.
I know.
Yeah,
but-
cool. Perception.
Awesome.
What's your perception looking through?
It is. I thought I was using the ravens.
Oh, unless you want to use the ravens.
It's
yeah.
the same. Well, it's slightly better if I use mine.
Okay,
So
either way.
fine. No.
Okay.
Sorry, that's
So
a
no, you don't
9.
hear anything that alarming, or there's nothing loud or going on, at least, that would be obviously passive.
Well, you know what? Then that means that lantern goes inside the food room, and then bird goes also inside the food room as high up as it can go.
Again, it's about a 6.5 foot ceiling,
Yep.
and the broken barrel, the 3 other barrels. There's nothing else in the room. It's a very tiny chamber, about maybe it was slightly larger than the other one, but filled with the barrels. There's not a whole lot of room to move on the ground.
And no other ways through.
No other ways through. It's like that's like a storage chamber for the food. The only other way to go is go out those both chambers and then continue along the corridor, which twists around to the left.
I'm gonna send my bird. I'm gonna say that that's enough recon in this area because I've already gotten confused of directions. So I'm gonna recall the bird.
Okay.
So I'll be like, recall the bird, recall the mage hand, because also the mage hand doesn't last forever.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, you haven't spent too much time so far, but you're able to bring them both back safely. You haven't really gone that far.
Yeah.
But you have an idea as to what's to the right anyway at this point.
Relay that to you guys.
All right. Well, sounds like our survivors aren't down this way, but you didn't go all the way to the left. So
And it might be behind the finished door, because that one looked like it had a pretty sturdy lock. If anything was trapped on either side.
that was one on the right.
Yep. Or we could check to the left.
What do we think is a party?
I chose poorly.
Yeah, you did. It's okay. That was a learning lesson. Now you know, don't fuck with headless ghosts and don't fuck with orc balloons.
I think it's because I'm subterranean.
And maybe don't attack non-hostiles? God, why am I saying the reasonable shit?
I think it's mostly because I'm subterranean, though. That means underground.
Yes.
Most of us just say underground, but all right. Let's agree which way we're heading. We can go back to the room with the sea serpents,
Okay, back to the room with the sea.
or we can go the way Figaro said and explore to the right where there's a sturdy door, or to the left where he didn't finish going all the way down the path.
I also have one thought. I know that the bodies being found aren't who we're looking for, but should we still be gathering them?
They said they only pay us if they're alive, so
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
How about if we see anything recognizable, like one of them has a really fancy mustache?
Well, I
We'll
was
take
thinking
that.
if we go up, and even though they said they'd only pay us for who was alive, if we say, hey, by the way, along with doing what that previous party couldn't and cleaning out the dead for you, might be more incentive for more money.
Maybe this is part of the people that didn't come back.
I'd still cleaning up their dead for them. It's just a thought. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not the one gonna be carrying him anyways. If you don't want to do it, that's on you guys.
we'll
If
see
we
on the
find
way
a fancy
back.
mustache, you can carry that.
Oh, what?
Well, if we find somebody that's got a fancy mustache and he's dead,
Okay.
we can cut off his lip and bring the mustache back, and that way they would know who it was that
How
was
did we
dead.
get on this
Figaro
top? What?
with the fancy
How-
mustache is going to take 3 steps to the side and hide behind Paul.
I'm very
Not you,
confused.
Figaro. You're all right.
It's a way to let them know who died.
Okay.
Well,
I thought you were smarter. I don't know why. I thought you were smarter than this.
no, we're about equal intelligence. I got more street smarts, and he's got more of the. What do you have again?
Muscles.
No, I'm talking about the
Taller.
brain.
Subterranean.
You have more taller? What?
He grew up in a monastery. He's not as
It's a
exposed to the real
monastery.
world.
More of a temple.
Might as well.
What way are we going?
Got mad when I called it come.
One had a door. We
Let's
should
go.
go to the door.
All right, let's do the door.
All
Cool.
right.
So you're gonna make your way back to where the door was in the finished wall.
The finished wall on the
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So corridor right.
Yep.
Down.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So that's going to put us on a new map, and that's where we'll stop for this evening. Pick that up next session with the party approaching the mysterious door, the finished walls. Okay. So thank you all for joining us tonight, and we'll see how our new format works out. A little tedious, but I think I can work that out a little bit. We'll see. We might make some more changes. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you next time.
Ta-ta.
Good night. All right.
So our strong mental stats are charisma and wisdom. And both of us have the same intelligence.
That's
Yeah,
like
okay.
yin and yang.
Wait,